Also, there's something you want to do. Xcal is get a picture for your character.
I
So
tried to
that's
do it. It wouldn't work. I don't know why.
okay. So when you click on uh that picture of the portrait, it should pull up a little window that has several pictures already in it. You can just pick for now one of those pre-described. Double click on one of those bags. It's how it does folders. It's kind of crazy.
None of these look like me.
We can change it later, but for now, we'll be able to see what the difference between your character and someone else's on the screen.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, cool. So now that we have that, we'll continue the story. Alright, I'm sharing something with you now. It's an image. Um, Everything in this game kind of works like Windows, so you can kind of drag and move it around if you want. And this image works kind of like I don't know, like a web page. You can use your mouse wheel to scroll in and out. You can middle click and drag to move it around. So if we have maps and that sort of thing, that's going to be helpful for you to move around. Again, if you have any questions about that, ask me again. If you don't know how to move around it. What you're seeing right now is a Polaris uh, logistics hub.
I need to restart the client. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to share one more image with you. You can close that out if you want. That's really just for flavor. Alright, I see Rotan's on the map. Let me see if I can get everyone up.
How do I do that? Sorry.
No, it's me. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
Alright, Wrecker's in this room now. And Data's in this room. So you can move your character around wherever you like. In this room, you'll see there's windows, and you can see outside. So that's what you're seeing is that logistics hub. You're inside this building. You got beds. There's a team. There's also a Polaris that you know is a Polaris sitting there at the television. He's watching television.
Oh.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a door.
Sorry. That thing trounces all over people when it unmutes.
That's all right. Welcome back.
I can only see part of the map and I can't seem to scroll down. I can only see like the top 2/3 of it.
All right. You middle-click the map and drag it around. Does that work out for you?
There we go. All right.
Okay, cool. And zoom in and out using your mouse.
Yeah, I'm zoomed out all the way, but for some reason it's too large for me to fit on one screen at 1080p.
You can but because people have different screen sizes, I start the window small, but you can grab and drag the bottom right hand corner like a regular window and expand it. Make
Yeah,
it
I've
bigger if you
got
want.
that. I've got that pretty much the full size of the thing, but it doesn't let me zoom out
Oh,
any further.
you can't scroll wheel out anymore.
Nope.
I think it only scroll wheels out to the width of the window. So I think once you got that
Ah,
width,
okay.
is
There
it?
we go.
Yeah.
Actually reducing the width. Let me zoom out further. Awesome.
All right, cool.
So we just like woke up here.
Yeah. Last thing you remember, I don't know if XCaliber's around or not. It's like on a stream he stepped away, but the last thing you remember was blacking out in your escape. And you come to here in this room. Just the three of you. You don't see any other humans, no other Terrans, but you do notice this Polaris guy sitting here at the TV watching TV.
What's he watching on that TV?
Alright, on the TV, some images of some Polaris people, and there are some text going up and down on the screen, but you can't recognize it. You don't.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm here.
Hey, welcome back.
Sorry.
So, if you didn't catch it, the last thing you remember, of course, was being knocked out as you hit the atmosphere, and you awoke in one of these beds in this room. Just you and two other Terrans and a Polaris guy who seems to have it with him. He's just sitting watching TV.
All right, what's outside that window?
That first image I sent you, that's just the logistics hub building. That's what you see outside. If you want, I can reshare that picture for you.
No, I got it. Ooh, boys. Y'all crashed down here too?
Yes.
Where am I?
I ain't got no clue what's going on. But it looks like these here people got some beds for us. Must have pulled us out of that there escape pods out there somewhere.
Oh,
So I'm checking the door to see if it is locked or if it will.
yeah. When you approach the door, you've been to many doors before, and you know they make that certain hum and respond to your when you get near it. But you can see that this door is not responding to you. You know that it's probably locked.
Does the door to the bathroom respond when Wrecker walks up to you?
That's right, it does. It opens right up, and you see the toilets inside.
All
That would be
right,
an
I'll be
awkward
right
thing.
back. I gotta drain the main vein here.
Nice.
Now, do we have any of our gear with us?
No. You were asleep, and you have on you exactly what you went to bed.
I kick the door, see if it can force it open.
That's pretty solid. Nothing happened. Whoa, that's
Some major keyboarding going on.
Oh yeah, sorry. I try and mute the mic when I'm typing.
All right. So what's the Polaris doing?
yeah. He's just pretty much chilling. He's minding his own business. It's like he's been here for a while, just watching TV. He's kind of ignoring you guys, even though he seems to cringe every time one of you speaks to him.
I'm gonna check the fridge.
Is there any way to tell if he's a captive as well, or is he guarding us?
Yeah, he doesn't have any weapons on him. He looks like a civilian. He doesn't have he's not shackled in any way. He's just no. The fridge is full of food.
Ooh, big guy, you got some beers up in that there fridge?
Let me check. Do I recognize any of the food and beverages in here, or are they all alien?
Yeah. No, you'll see some Terran food in there as well. Typical stuff you'd find in Empyrion.
So I find him a can of beer and I throw it over my shoulder without even looking at him.
Maybe some Akua berry wine or something.
Oh, all they got is these spritzers? What do I look like? Some sort of prostitute or something?
Use smaller words, please.
Okay. Can I start taking apart the TV and getting or electrical components so I could reverse the polarity on the door?
Yeah, you can start jiggling with the TV or whatever you have, but you don't have any tools on you, so
Hey, you there watching that there, boob tube? What you doing here? Did you crash down too?
oh. Alright, so the Polaris responds. He kind of responds reluctantly. So he kind of lets out a sigh first. So crashed, huh? So you're the ones in that battle up there, right?
I weren't in no battle. I was asleep in my bunk.
Hmm. That's not what the commander says.
Well, he got some faulty information.
That's for you to worry about, not me.
So why they got us locked up in here?
Probably because they think you're spies.
Wrecker ain't no spy. What kind of shenanigans is you up to?
Me? Yeah. You're the one with the Terran ship in Polaris territory. Uh, Attacking Xerax and Polaris at the same time. Yeah, it's a big mess, so you're the ones that's got to worry about that, not me.
So look here, why they got us all locked up?
Wow,
When they gonna
okay.
come talk to us? I need to straighten this up so I can get back to work.
Well, I'm not your representative, and you're just going to have to deal with that yourself. But it's obvious
Yeah, but the door's locked, so
that's
how
why you're here.
door's locked?
Not my concern.
Can I pull one of the bed rails off of the bed and threaten him with it?
Yeah. This will be a good opportunity for us to make a rule.
Wrecker's gonna wander over to the one console he sees over here and start poking buttons.
Right. Excal.
Mhm.
There's a couple of ways that we can roll a dice in this game. One, you could what I'm gonna have you do, and you can drag and drop it into the chat window there on the far left, or you can double click it. Either way. So roll that strength roll for me.
Be a 4, so that's the one on the far right?
Um, Attributes. Remember you adjusted those attributes?
Yeah.
Okay, the strength one. That's the one I want.
Okay, so there's 6 die on the bottom, right? You're saying to double click the triangle one?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean that's one way you could do it, but
Oh, what's the other
in
one?
your character sheet,
Uh-huh.
you can click those things, and you don't have to choose the die. It's already selected for you. So like you could grab that strength die and
Mhm.
drag and drop it into the chat window, or you could just double click on it and it'll roll it. All right, so that was a 3. Now there's something I forgot to tell you about the rolling die. as a wild card, that means you're like a hero. You're not the common character. Your characters are heroes. So you're better than the rest, I guess is a good way to put it. So every time you roll a die, you roll an extra die with it, and that's a d6, and that's called a wild die. So every time you roll for something, you have a chance of having a better chance at it. So it kind of gives you 2 chances every time you do. And in this case, you can see that a square number 3 came up. That means that your strength die you rolled was actually a 1, but your wild die rolled a 3. So it just took the higher of the 2. So your roll was a 3. Now, of course, the target number was a 4. So that means you failed. You were yanking and pulling on this rail on this bed, but the pillars, they make their beds pretty tough, so you weren't able to get a bar off of that bed.
Do I see what he's doing and maybe try to assist?
Yeah, of course you notice it, and you can talk to Theta if you like.
You need a hand with that?
Yeah, let's get one of these posts off here.
All right, yeah, you give me a strength roll.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
you
I'm
were
gonna
able
try and open
to.
that there door with this here console here.
Okay, so these guys are getting their this rail off, and I'm
And while I'm at it, I'm gonna try and download a map of the area if they got one.
all right, and you're messing with that console. That console is just giving you information about the ordering.
I'm trying to rootkit this console and get access to the system information, like the panel, so I can open that door or unlock that door.
All right, give me a smarts roll.
I'd be happy to give you a smarts roll.
Right. All right, something has happened here. When you when you roll something, the target number is 4. If you double that, in other words, you've rolled an 8. That means you've got a raise.
Does it matter that I got a 4 on the other die too?
No, it only takes 1.
Okay.
So that means not only did you succeed, but you were also, in other words, you get a better benefit out of it. So not only did you succeed, but you've gained access to some more information.
There we go.
Yeah, so now you have access to the control room for this room, but you also see information about the why you got.
Sorry, you cut out there. Why you got what?
You have information about Allarion. Now, if you're
Awesome.
me on speaker, you might want to turn that down because I'm hearing myself. It's hard to talk that way. All right, so anyway, if you find out the information of why you guys are here, looks like you're all being held for interfering in Polaris territories, and you're supposed to see the admiral next week, and you're being held here until then. The Polaris over there, you also see information about him, and he's being held there for stealing.
He's being held here.
Stealing.
All right, boys. I think I can get us out that there door. I ain't got no clue what's out there on the other side, really, but we's being held for interfering with Polaris matters, and that boy right over there, he's a thief.
Either Theta or Relton has a metal rod in their hands now. They can use as a weapon if they want.
Yeah, so as soon as I break it off, I just look over and I hand it to him. Here.
All right, thanks. All right.
I'm gonna go back down and finish eating.
All right. So I'm gonna walk up to the Polaris and tell him to get on the ground, sir.
Whoa, what's wrong with you, man?
Oh no, if he's a criminal though, and we're criminals, you know, my enemy's enemy and all that fun stuff.
You're gonna help us find our way out of here.
Find your way. Well, you can get out of here. You're in a Polaris compound.
Look here, I know right here from this here that you just got caught for stealing. That means you know a little bit about, you know, the criminal activities and elements of this here compound. I
Yeah,
think
so
you know
what?
more than you're saying.
Yeah, so what?
So, you help us get out, we'll help you get out. How that sound?
Hmm.
I got a better deal. How about you help us out, or I shove this rod down your throat?
So yeah, the guy's gotten a little, I say, visibly shaken, but about that same time, you hear the door. And as you look towards the door, you see 6 Polaris come in. 3 of them look like civilians. 3 of them are definitely armed and look military. You know this from being around them enough. And before the door shuts, you see another one outside, probably keeping guard.
I tuck the rod in my back pocket.
All right. Now, on your character sheet, you see your attributes, and to the right, you see skill.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you you automatically have these 5 skills built into your character. You get those inherently. What you can do is you can increase these skills up to 12 times, just like you did with attributes. You can add more skills, or you can increase these as well. So, what I'm wanting to get from you right now would be a stealth roll. We want to see if you are able to hide that from these Polaris that just came in. So, won't you roll me that stealth roll?
Well, wait. So I have up to 12 I can place in these, or
Right.
so I could do that right now
So-
before I roll.
Yeah. Do you want to increase that stealth? Now, remember, there are other skills that you want to get too, so keep that in mind as well.
You said
In
up
fact-
to. Sorry. Go ahead.
In fact, let me get it so that you can see the skills. As you improve your character, there's going to be things you want to do. You want to have edges and hindrances and skills. The way you find that would be that row of icons on the right hand of the screen. You'll see it. It starts with character, and then notes, and then on and on. And what you're looking for is it's a star icon with skills on it. Now you may not have that icon already,
Mm-mm.
and if you don't, then what you want to do is go all the way to the bottom and click the library button. Now there's something we have to do as far as the library. We have to tell the game that we want to open up the rules manual so that you can pull things out of it. Right? So this new library window that you've opened, the bottom left hand corner, there's a button called modules, and you want to click. And when you open that, there should be only one thing there, and that's the Suede player guide. And just click the load button. and after that, you can close that window. Now, what you've done is opened up the player's guide so that you can use that as a source to improve your character. Now, back on this library window that you opened up, the top box has several things there. It says character, edges, encounters, and so on. And there's a little black dot next to it. You want to scroll down and find the skills window and click the black dot next to it so that that button is on the right hand side. It may already be checked for you, I don't know. At either rate, you'll see the skills button on the right hand side. And if you click that button, it'll pull up the skills window. And all of those are the skills that you can use for the game. Now, there'll be a few things that we don't use. For example, spell casting. We won't use that. And we won't use weird science. And we won't use psionics. But the rest of it pretty much is okay. Now, if you have any questions about what these skills will do, just let me know. It would take way too long to go through all these, but if you click on the eye, or you click on it, it'll pull up a window, and it gives a brief description of what it can do in the game. The types of things that will be needed or represented in this skill throughout. Now, when I say you have 12 points that you can spend, selecting one of these skills is a point. Upgrading it to a next die level is also a point.
You said we're not going to use weird science, though?
No, we're not going to use weird science, spellcasting, or psionics.
So how do I add one?
You can just grab that icon and just drag it over to your skills bar in your character sheet, and it'll put it there. And then to upgrade it, do it the same way you did with the attributes. Now, you don't want to upgrade the skills die past its matching attributes die. If you do, it'll cost you 2 points. For instance, if you have an agility of D6 and you want to have shooting of D6, that's good. But if you go to D8, going to the D8 will cost you 2 points instead of just 1 because it's past its associated attribute. And as we play today, you can make changes to this off and on, okay? Because as we play, you're going to say, oh shit, I should have chose more in this, or I don't really need this, or whatever. So I'll say the entire time we play today, you can make any changes you want to your character sheet. After that, we'll just lock it in. Every time we play, we'll get to upgrade our character. So you basically level up each time we play. So you'll get to make changes to your character at the start of each game we play. So whatever you have now, if it may feel weak to you, it's not a big deal. You'll grow. Every time we play, you'll get stronger.
Alright, I think that's 12.
How many points total did we have?
12.
Yeah, 12. Although XCal's going over just a hair. Because some
Yeah?
of his cost 2 points. Yeah.
Oh, which one's cost 2?
Alright, so you took fighting to D8.
Yeah.
and fighting is based on agility, and you have a d6. So that one, that d6 to d8, that was 2 points.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can keep that, but you're gonna have to reduce something else. The stealth, that's based on agility as well. That was another 2 points there from going d6 to d8.
Can I drop skills that were already there?
No, the 5 that come with you are inherent.
Okay, what about that?
Yeah, you're good. And Wrecker can spend 1 more point. Oh, 2 more. And Relton is over by 1. Alright, everyone's good. Now we can make changes as we go, but we'll start with this now. Alright, Theta, give me that stealth roll. Ooh, just barely. That wild die got you. But you were successfully able to stow that pipe without anyone seeing.
Haha.
Ah. Alright. So as the you can tell that the center guy, he's the main cheese. And as soon as they step in the door, he orders them to seize the prisoners. One of the, let's say this green guy, this Polaris, he comes, and he has a device in his hand. And immediately, you're all brought together, and you're placed in a stasis field. You can't. All right. The main guy, and you can see on his chest that he has a military rank. You're not quite sure what. Well, actually, everyone give me a common knowledge roll.
I know nothing.
Right. Yeah, Theta knows this. He's been around a while. He knows that is commander, and this is probably the commander that the Polaris was talking. You hear one of the other, um, one of the civilian Polaris refer to him as Commander Charles. That's right. His Polaris name is Charles. But I'm gonna put that in chat for you.
So they placed us in stasis fields, you said?
Yeah, you're in some type of tractor beam stasis field, whatever. You can't move. I mean, it's like being shackled, but with it. All right, and then you can see Commander Charles. He motions for the other guy to go ahead and do his. This other Polaris comes over and he's giving you each a scan. Yeah, they're clean, Commander Charles.
Well, that's a bit invasive. How you know that's not against my religion?
Commander Charles speaks up. Your religion or your concerns aren't mine, and you speak when you're spoken. You have one thing to do right now is answer my questions as quickly as possible, and then we can move. Why were you attacking the Polaris ship?
Wrecker ain't done near attack no one. I was asleep in my bunk. I ain't know what's going.
The Polaris that scan you whisper something into his ear, You can't hear what he says. Commander Charles says, right, right. But why was your ship attacking the Polaris?
It wasn't our ship. We were just passengers.
No, your ship was attacking the Polaris.
Twerp my ship. I fell through a portal. Look, I was trying to haul up a wreckage back on this other planet called Omicron, and well, I fell through some part of this ship that I was trying to lock up these chains to, and I came to. I was on the med bay on that there ship you talking about, and I know how I got there.
Silence. Answer the question.
I did. It's not our ship. We were passengers.
You're Terrans. It was a Terran ship.
Oh yeah, and all Polaris is part of the Polaris. You don't have nobody that does things that ain't related to you, like that guy over there that was stealing.
Alright, he kind of frowns a little bit and looks at the other guy. Alright, very well then, if you won't speak, we'll just have to go to stronger measures.
I am
Clear
speaking.
yourself.
I was telling you everything I knows.
We'll be back in 1 hour. Alright, they leave the room.
Can I take the rod? Can I take the rod and put it into the door so it doesn't close all the way?
Alright, yeah. You're gonna have to give me a stealth roll. They're right there. Yeah, you were able to jam that door.
I done already told y'all that I could open that door. Then they walked in.
That's right. Although you do see through the crack that there's guards outside.
Let me try and see if I can do something. I think I can get their attention somewhere else in this here compound. I'm gonna go back to that console that I rotated, and I'm gonna try and hack an alarm on the opposite side of the compound because I can see out the windows different buildings, right?
Yeah, you do see the other buildings out the windows. They haven't obscured that. In fact, you all know that this is probably just a normal habitation pod for the Polaris, and it's just been made into a makeshift holding cell.
I'm gonna try to pull out a couple more bars from the bone.
Alright. Yeah, there's several beds here, so give me another strength roll. Yeah, you got another one. Actually, you're noticing that the Polaris guy over there is a little visibly nervous. You can see him kind of grabbing his head. Oh, this is no good. This is no.
What's
They're
the
gonna
matter?
put us in the scrambulator.
All right. Can I?
What in
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead then.
Beep, beep, boop, press buttons.
Can I hit him over the head with the pipe to knock him out?
I'm gonna knock him out. Okay. I'm going
Look,
to say.
he can help us on out here.
Yeah, he's too nervous. He's gonna freaking get us cut. I'd just rather him not make any noise.
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure he's already caught.
Well, we're about to be uncut.
Alright, so what would you like me to roll to try and mess up this here console and set off some alarm on the other side of the compound?
All right, hold on. Let's take one thing first. Right now, Theta wants to attack this Polaris. I'm gonna let him give me an attack roll, but let me give him a weapon, and we can use this as an opportunity to show you how to use. Let me find an appropriate weapon for.
I mean, I didn't want to kill him. I just want to knock him out.
Yeah, that's fine. You can
Okay.
you anytime you can reserve your attack to be non-lethal.
Okay.
But I need to find you something. Here we go. A light club. All right. So in your on your character sheet, you notice there's several tabs on the right, and you're currently on the traits tab. A couple down, you'll see inventory. You click on that inventory. That'll show you all the items that you have in your inventory. When you go to the inventory page, at the top of the inventory page, you'll have some more tabs for the different types of inventory. And then you can click on the weapons tab, and you'll see. Now, to the far right of that light club that you see there, you'll see its weight and its damage and that sort of thing. But then there's an icon right there. It looks like that means you're carrying it. If you want to equip it, you can click, and it turns into like a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's equipped, then all its stats are playing to you at that point. So you're not just carrying it now. You've equipped.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So once it's equipped, you want to go to your combat tab on the far right. And that will list all your attacks. Now, if you have guns or spells, but in this case you won't have that. You just have this like that left die is a D8. That's your attack die. And then the two triangles, which is the two D4s, that's the damage that it does. Now, there's 2 or 3 different ways you can attack someone. You can drag that attack die onto the Polaris, onto the map. You can just drag and drop it onto him. Or, with your character selected, you can control click the Polaris on that map. And that will draw a straight line. And anyone can do this right now if you want. That'll draw a distance line between you and the other, or between you and the opponent. That lets you know how far away you are from it. It also lets you know you have it targeted. When that character's targeted, then you could just double click your attack and it'll apply to your target. That's a good way if you're doing like a grenade, for example, and
Thanks for that
attacks
resub, Ice Fairy.
multiple things in the room. You can control click
3 month sub, very cool.
The enemies that it's going to attack, and it'll apply the damage and the attack to all of them. It'll save you lots of time.
Alright.
So just choose one of those methods if you like, and attack him with that light club. Now it's a melee attack, so you need to be there in front of him.
Oh shit, I already rolled. Alright.
You got ones on both.
I already rolled.
Oh shit. Okay, so put yourself up there to him, because that's where you were when you attacked. Alrighty. Alright. So as soon as you try to hit him with this thing, you know, he's rocking back and forth like, no, this is a... But you just catch him off time, and you actually hit the bench behind him. I guess you were so angry. You just flailed at him. But anyway, that wakes him up quite a bit. I mean, he's staring right at you now with terror in his eye. Oh no, don't kill me. I'll help, I promise. I'll help you get out of here. I know of a secret way out of here, because we just used to use it to smuggle a gourberry wine and just start spilling out his entire life.
All right, just stop pacing. It's annoying.
Okay, I'll stop. Let's see what Wrecker's up to at the moment. Now, Wrecker, what did you want to try to do?
I want to wreck this here console. I mean, I want to take apart this here console system and set off some alarm on the other side of the facility.
All right, so you're at a console that's really designed for ordering drinks. This is a habitation module, and it's not like a command center, so you're gonna have very limited access in what you can do there. You're able to access the door, and you're able to access the local records that they put there on that console. And you're gonna have a very difficult time of doing the things that you say. Now, I'm not going to say that it's impossible, but I am going to say that we're going to give you a handicap in doing this because it's a little more complicated. Your target number will still be 4, but you're going to do a -2 to this action, okay?
All right.
So go ahead and roll me your, let's see. We're not going to use a smarts roll now because you've put your skills in. Let's see what you got for. I'm going to look for hacking or.
I have hack. I took
Okay.
hacking and repair.
All right, sweet. So give me a hacking roll at a -2, or you can just roll it. I'll take the -2 off. Oh, you got it. So even with the -2, you were able to hit the target number of 4. So what you've done is you've alerted the main kitchen that they're out of drinks. Not just out of drinks, but out of drinks for the entire complex. So that's kind of got everyone on the edge at the moment. It's not an alarm, and it's not what you were able to, maybe not the best thing that you wanted to do, but considering what this device is for, you've definitely made
Emergency!
everyone
We's out of
notice.
beer.
That's right, yeah. So right now, there's some people in the higher ups that are concerned that their remote location may be at jeopardy. So they've contacted their command to try to get supplies out. They need provisions.
Well, that ain't gonna do much, but I can open that door for you guys.
You also notice that there is a provision ship currently on the way now. It's been fast tracked.
Uh, I think I ordered some more beer too.
Right.
Good job.
We could actually
Right.
use that ship to get out of here.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
is that ship gonna come in less than an hour?
You you can see on the ship is ETA for 15 minutes. It was in orbit.
That ship's gonna be down here in about 15 minutes. Y'all want to become pirates?
Let's do it.
No, but I want out.
The player says it's either that or the scrambulator.
It's either that or what?
The scrambulator.
Well, let's become pirates because I don't really feel like being scrambulated. Whatever.
Are the guards still outside?
Yeah. You can still see the 2 guards out there.
Remember that ship ain't gonna come down for about 15 minutes, so we want to time this right.
All right.
So
So the Polaris. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm just standing by the door with that second pipe that I got.
All right.
All right, that's good. The guards outside haven't noticed that the door is cracked with a pipe sticking in it, so you're good.
I still have control of the door, right?
You can open it anytime you like. However, there are guards outside.
Right. What I was gonna do is I was gonna tell you to you can slip that pipe right on out. I can open the door at will.
Well, what I'll do is I'll stand up at the door and I'll hold the pipe in my hand and let you know when it's time to open the door, and then Relton will come behind me and we'll take the two guards out.
And I'll tell you when the ship's landing, and then we can make a run for that landing pad. And we can hijack that ship and get right on up out of here. One of y'all knows how to fly, right?
Polaris says, no, don't do that. There's more guards. They'll kill us all. They'll put us in this crime bill.
What
Look,
we'll
look,
do is
we've got a
we'll
way out of
All
here.
right. So what you recommend on how we get on out of here?
All right, look. You know I got caught stealing. Well, the idiots, they put me right in this room. This is where we smuggled the echoberry wine. There's a there's a hatch right behind this refrigerator. It'll give us access all the way down and back out the back side to a ventilator.
Wow, that took you a long time to tell us that we got a tunnel on out of here right here. Y'all gonna need to learn to speak up.
Well, I mean, it's not a guarantee. I mean, there's still guards all over this place. It's a Polaris compound, and you guys are
Look, y'all want to get
terrorists or
scramblated, or you
spies
want to
or
go out behind the refrigerator, or you want to be a sky pirate? It's up to y'all.
All right, hold on, guys. Let's think about this for a second. If we could take these two guards out, we can get their uniforms, and then we could probably get out of here a lot easier than in what we're wearing now.
That don't sound like you ain't thinking right there. You thinking sharp right on there.
That's the great thing about this. So many different ways.
All right, so y'all let me know when. I'll open that door. You'll just I don't know, grab them in some sleeper holes, drag them on in here. Maybe DDT them into that picnic table. And we take their uniforms and we get on up out of here from behind that refrigerator.
Yeah, something like that. Relton, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I have my hand on the pipe, so I'm waiting for him to open the door, but you gotta tell him.
Let me get him.
All right, they give me the word. I go whoosh, door open.
And this is risky, but I like it.
And as soon as they pull them through, I'm gonna shut the door again.
Oh, Rolton already gave himself a pipe or light club. Okay. I deleted the other one. So you know what you're doing then, Rolton.
Kind of.
All right, you got the combat. Neat. All right, position yourselves at the door, as you would, and you can give a record a command as soon as you're ready.
All right, go ahead, Wrecker.
Bape, bape, whoosh.
I should roll.
All right. So what I'm gonna do now? Oops, sorry. I grabbed the wrong thing. What I'm gonna do is put you into a combat tracker. Now, I don't know if you've played these games before, but you understand what initiative order is, right? It's
Yep.
it's a turn-based game, so that means we roll, or in this case, with Savage Worlds, we draw cards, and the highest card goes first, and on down the list. So what we do is now we're getting this action, but so far you're unnoticed by these other two guys. So even if they get to go first, they won't, because they don't know you're there. But this will give us an opportunity to mess with this combat tracker. So let me turn. Okay, these guys are turned on. Let me get myself straightened out there. Oh yeah, should probably tell you how to open up the combat tracker so you can see it yourself. At the top right corner of the screen, you'll see a bunch of smaller icons, and one of them is a sword. And you click that, and that'll open up the combat tracker. And there you should see your 3 characters, and then you'll see Charles Guard 3 and a Charles Guard 2. And right now they're just in order placed. What I'm going to do is draw cards, and that will put everyone in the combat order.
I don't see that combat tracker on my screen anywhere.
Okay, it could have opened off your screen maybe. You click the sword icon, right? At least
Alright,
with the
there we
screen, you're able to see XCals, but I can't see your. Wait, did you find it?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, it looks like. Oh, okay, so this is nice. Theta drew a joke. Now, what that does is allows him to have a +2 to his attack. So not only is he first, he's going to get a +2. So the cards are in his favor right now. Oh, there's another thing I need to do. Every time we play, you all start with 3 bennies. I am awarding bennies to your characters right now. I'll explain what those are. Sorry, I'm trying not to do everything at once, right? And make it boring. I'm trying to do it as we play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it.
Alright, so look at the top of your character sheet. Next to your portrait, you see 3 little, looks like a poker icon. Poker. These are bennies. They're a currency in the game. Sort of like a get out of jail free card, a luck token, so to speak. Where things are going wrong for you, you can spend one of these bennies to kind of help you out. Sometimes it'll allow you to re-roll. You can use them at any time to recover from shaken. That's a status that can be given to you when you get hit. You don't take damage, but it stuns you, so you can't take actions. You can use a benny sometimes to remove that. Also, when you take so much damage that it's going to cause a wound to you, you don't have hit points in this game. So you can take 3 wounds, and then your next wound, you'll be incapacitated. You can absorb a wound by spending your benny and rolling a vigor check. And if you hit 4 or higher, you get to cancel that wound, for example. So bennies can be used for a lot of great things. Like you're trying to pull that bedpost off, and you really needed that bedpost. You could spend a benny and have a chance to roll that again, for example. Another thing, you get these bennies. You get 3 when we start a session. You can get more throughout the game by playing your hindrances. Like if you do a really good role play stunt, or say one of your hindrances is you're very courageous, and you've got 3 wounds, but you run right into battle because, hey, you're courageous and you're playing that hindrance that you have. You're being very reckless because you're living up to the role play of your character. And that would be one of those situations where you would be awarded a benny for doing great work, which is good because you're definitely going to need it. Alright, but anyway, now all 3 of our characters have 3 bennies each, so we're pretty close to getting to a full type game right now. So we got the character, or the combat tracker, and Theta, You should have heard a ding. That means it's your turn.
All right. So I just click the attack die, right?
Yeah. Just like you did with the Polaris, you want to attack one of these guards.
Gotcha. Crap. I What do I do? I drag it over to it.
Yeah, just like you attack the Polaris, you can drag that attack roll onto the guard, or you have him selected, you can just double click. All right. This is another good opportunity to talk about a raise. Now, you see, you rolled your bonus or your attack, and there's a +2 there. That +2 is because you rolled a Joker, or you pull the Joker card, and there's only 2 in the deck, of course, so that makes you very low. It makes your character very powerful for that first attack. Now, what you do well, in Savage Worlds, when you roll a die, and anytime this die rolls its maximum number, like a d6 rolls a 6, what it does is calls acing the die. And that means that you get to roll that die again and add that new amount to the total. So, like if you rolled a 6, it came up 6, so then you rolled again and it was a 9 or a 3. So, together that makes a 9. And because the target number is 4, and you've increased that by double, by 9, which would be 8 or more, that means now that you've not only attacked this guy, but you've attacked him with a raise. This is similar to what Wrecker did when he hacked the computer. Not only did he hack it, but he hacked it so well that he got a bonus. And this is what you're getting with the combat. You're getting a bonus. That bonus is you get to add another d6 with your damage. So when you roll your damage now, it will roll an extra d6 along with those 2d4s that you have for damage on that light club.
Mm.
So now go ahead and roll your damage.
Which would be these T4s over here?
Yeah, you can double click those. Now you see it rolled a 2, a 1, and a 3. That 3 is the extra d6 of damage that you did, plus the 2 for pulling a joker. So you've done a total of 8.
I'm supposed to click both of them or just one of them?
No, you did right. You
Okay.
did it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the guard has a toughness of 7. The toughness is the number that you need to beat before you can give this guy a wound. And a character always is shaken first, and then he takes a wound. In other words, uh, he's stunned. He he is stunned now, and he cannot take any actions. Now he does have a chance, just like players do, to to roll to reduce that shaking, and that would be a spirit roll by him. Now what I'll do is I'll let him roll a spirit roll to see if he's going to recover from that.
Does that happen on his turn though?
No, it happens immediately, or at any time. It's a free action. All right. He was not successful in that roll, so he remains shaken. Now you see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can zoom in, and you see the shaken icon next to his token. That's a good way to let you know that that character is kind of stunned for the moment. He can't take an action on his round unless he wants to spend a Benny, but he doesn't have any. Doesn't have any bennies. He's not an important character like you guys are. However, someone like the big boss would be like a player character, and they'll get to play like a player character. They'll be able to use bennies, and they'll be able to take more than one wound, etc. They also get wild dice when they roll. But most of all the other grunts that you see will be like this. They take one wound and they're. So combat moves a lot faster in Savage Worlds than it does for other games. I mean, it's not right now because we're doing a lot of explaining, but as we get familiar with it, we'll be running through this very quickly. Now, when you're done, um, Theta will get a chance to attack, but also on his same round, he gets a chance to move. So if you wanted to move, you could do that right now, but I think you're probably in the best place to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're done, at the bottom of that combat tracker, there's a down arrow to the bottom left, and you just press that. That lets us know that you're done, and it'll advance to the next. Now, the next player is the Polaris sitting on the bench. He's not going to do anything, he's just sitting there waiting, so I'm going to have him pass the buck on. The Charles Guard, 3. He's right in front of Relton. Now, you just attack the guy next to him. Now, they're both facing away, and it was sort of a stealth attack. But what I'm going to do is let him do a notice check and see if he even recognizes that anything happened to his buddy. He aced that. So he sees what happens and he turns around. He's like, "Whoa, what was that? Hey, you, how'd you get out? Get back in there." He is going to pull his. I think he's under orders not to kill you, so he's going to pull out a stun gun and he's going to attack the guy right next to him, Relton.
This is gonna tickle a little.
Ah, it does hit. But you're able to shake it off. You have a toughness of 5, and he rolled a 4. So it wasn't quite enough to get past your defense. So even though he did hit you, you were able to shrug off the stun. So you're unaffected. And now it's Rotan's turn. You should have heard a ding. That lets you know it's your turn. Alright, so you tried to hit this guy, but you missed. And is this a situation where you'd like to use a Benny? Or do you think you want to take it like it is?
Yeah, I'll take a Benny to reroll.
Okay, yeah, because it'll be a while before it gets back around to your turn, and you don't want this guy running or calling for help. So, drag one of those bennies into the chat window, and that'll get rid of. All right, now you can just roll that attack again. Holy shit!
Those dice don't like you.
He's got his arm up, and you're just
Stand still.
You can use as many bennies if you like, if you want to try it again. Oh, you finally hit him. Excellent. So roll that damage, and let's see if you get to his toughness. You do. He's also shaken. Alright. Alright. Both the guards are shaken right now, so they're stunned. That means they won't get a turn this next round. So, what would you like to do with these guys? mean, they're still
Um,
standing. They're still armed. They've just
can I try to?
you've kind of stunned.
Can I disarm or can I take the stun gun from him and then shoot him with it?
Let's. That's the end of your turn unless you want to move. But I would
Oh,
guess you're
yeah,
probably
that's the end of the turn. Sorry.
so let's move on to it's Wrecker's turn now. If
All
there's
right.
anything he wants to.
So I've only got access to the ordering drinks communications.
Right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and overload their communications by placing drink orders from every place in the habitat, and then just continuously order more drinks to everywhere in the habitat, trying to overload their system so that nothing else gets through the comm lines.
Okay. Hey, that's pretty clever. So you give me a hacking roll, and I'm also going to give you another Benny. So you now have 4 Benny. You were successful in doing that. So you flooded their communications with drink, and it's causing a kind of a feedback loop because they also have been told that there are no drinks to place these orders. So it's really giving them a backup. You can also take some movement if you'd like to do that.
No, I think until we got those guys under control, Wrecker's gonna stay right here at this console and keep playing with people.
All right. So press that down arrow button on the tracker, and that lets us know that you're. All right. Now, what has happened automatically is now that it's the guard 2, the one that's right in front of Theta, automatically rolled his shaken status, and he is no longer shaken, and it's his turn. There's 2 things he could do. I mean, he could radio for help, or he could be bold and try to subdue these 2 unruly prisoners that he's been left to guard with. So I'm going to roll a chance and see what he's going to do. I'm going to see what happens. Alright, it looks like he's going to attack instead of call for help. He feels like he's got this under control, so I'm going to let him attack Theta. Oh, he hits Theta with a raise. So that means he's going to get to do that extra damage. Alright, Theta, you have taken a wound. This guy has hit you so hard. Apparently, he's had a bad day at work today, and he's taking it out on you.
Alright.
Now, what this wound means for you is when you have a wound, you're not dead or anything. You have to get many more wounds before that happens. But for each wound that you have, it gives you a negative to all your rolls. So now when you attack, you'll get a -1 to your attack until you get rid of these wounds. Now, one thing that you can do is you can attempt to soak this wound by spending a Benny. Now, what this does, we talked about this earlier. You can spend this Benny, and then you can roll a Vigor. And if that Vigor turns out to be 4 or higher, you'll soak that wound and not take that damage. You want to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright. So just, alright, you already dragged that in there. So now, just give me a Vigor roll. Oh, nice. Nice. Alright, you saw what happened there? Your die faced multiple times. In other words, it kept rolling a 6 and kept rolling a 6 and kept rolling a 6. So you most certainly absorbed that wound, so you did not take a wound.
Nice.
Sounds to me like you headbutted his stun baton hand.
Yeah. Oh shit, I could have done that myself. Anyway, I could have rolled it for you, but there's no fun in that. They've added some new things to the game since I've played it, so it's pretty cool. I'm not a big fan on rolling things for players. Part of the fun is rolling, so
Yeah.
I let the players roll. Alright, so hey, you came out of that unharmed. You were able to shrug that off. That's the end of his turn then, so it's now moved on to a new round. Now, each round, it may not be the same order because each round they draw cards again. This time, Theta drew first again by drawing a jack. So he gets to go first again. So what would you like to do? This guy, he's not shaken anymore. So he still needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him.
Alright. Do your damage. Or roll first, of course.
So what's that it says about Joker being dealt to a PC awarding bennies to everybody?
Oh, the guard 3 was dealt to Joker. However, he wasn't first. I don't understand. I guess the rules apply differently to NPCs. Now, this guard's going to get a +2 when he attacks. But anyway, Theta did hit him, so go ahead and roll your damage. Let's see if we knock him out. Alright, see, what you did this time is you did enough damage to him that you shakened him and gave him a wound. When a regular character in the game takes a wound, he's dead. So he's down.
Nice.
Now, of course, he can have a chance to soak that wound, but this is not a special character, so he won't do that.
Get on the ground, sir.
Yeah. So he took the damage and he is incapacitated. Now, what I'll do to make things fun, I'll remove them from. And there's a blood splatter there where he was. So, yeah, it's a fun thing with this game. But that guy's still laying there though. So if you want to take movement, you can do that now. Or you can just pass the up. Alright, so you're flanking this guy now. What you guys are going to do now is because it's 2 against 1, you're going to get a gang up. And actually, that's what your +2 was all along. I forgot to tell you about that. It's because 2 of you are against him, so you get extra extra chance to hit when you have a gang up bonus. Now, if you left his area of effect, well, he's shaken right now. But if he wasn't, and if you moved outside of his 5-foot area, he would get a free attack on you if you did. However, you did not move outside of it. You just moved to the other side of him, so that's all good. Plus, he's shaken and he still can't do anything. So the next hit that he takes while he's shaken will certainly knock him out. You're finished, right? So did you advance it to the next?
I don't see the option in the combat check.
Oh, it should be the down arrow.
I don't see an arrow.
Oh, it's not there?
No.
It's not there on mine anymore either.
Right.
Yeah, now there's the option. Yeah.
Alright, now do. Alright, he rolled shaken, and He's successfully unshaken himself. He's recovered from that stun that Relton gave him. I'm going to give him the same option. Alright. He's also going to fight. So he attacks Relton rather than calling for backup. Which is kind of silly at this point because his other dude is laying there in a pile of his. But hey, that's what the dice rolled. Alright, he hit Relton. Oh, he hit him hard enough to leave a wound too. Now, Relton, you can do the same. You can use your last penny to soak that wound if you like, or you can take the wound.
Quick question. It shows that he's got a ganging up bonus. Oh no, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. I have a bonus to my parry.
Right.
I'm just gonna take it.
Okay, I'll take the wound. Then I will apply that. Now on your character sheet, on the trait, did I apply it? I thought I did. Right, you have a wound. You see it there and
I do.
Alright, so what that does, it's just going to give you a -1 to your attacks from here out until that wound is taken care of. Alright, so that is the end of his turn. Oh, it's Relton's turn right away.
Yep. Do a vigor
Take
roll.
care of this bozo.
Do I need to do any roll to try to remove shake?
Alright, yes, that's right. Now, an easy way you can do that is you can hover over that shaken button on your traits screen and you can right, and at the bottom the little hand it says make shaken recovery roll. You did it. You're still shaken. Now you get a free chance to reduce shaking, but you can always at any time spend a penny and remove it. That's up to you. Now you do have your other buddy there next to you, but if you don't remove shaking, you'll remain. No, you don't have to roll again. If you use your Benny, you just get it automatically.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so I've removed shaking from you because you spent your Benny. So you can continue to act now like you normally would if you want.
Okay, so I'm going to attack.
Alright. Oh, you missed him.
Rolling like crap.
Right, yeah. Hey, get all the bad rolls out of the way. See, you would have hit him if it weren't for that wound. Alright, you can move, but you do risk attack if you move outside of his area, so you're passing it on. Alright, it's Wrecker's turn. Anything you want to do, Wreck?
Yeah, Wrecker's gonna try and dash around the corner and grab the guard that's on the ground and throw him at the other guard that's standing.
Alright, now, part of your movement is your pace, and that's how many squares you can move in a combat round.
Gotcha. Okay, so I was down here. I was not on a specific square here with the console. I was literally on all four.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and pick one of the squares, and this is use that for your starting. Alright, can't move through the wall, so go ahead and count out your. And you
Can I move diagonally? What?
Yeah, you can. Yes,
Okay.
you can.
Okay, so I can't quite get there to do that.
You're not going to be able to quite get there in time for this round, but you can still perform an action if you like, but not sure what you can do right now. Your character is naked, so to speak.
I'm gonna ask him where my vodka is. Hey, you got my vodka? I ordered one. Straight up.
All right, there's something you can do in this, and it's called a feint.
That I can do from here?
Yeah. I'm going to allow this for now. What you're gonna do is a feint attack. This is this is not attack. It's kind of like a bluff or misdirection, and you're going to kind of catch this guard off so that his next attack will be at a -2. In other words, you're gonna debuff, if that makes sense.
Alright,
So
what do I need to
what
roll?
I'm gonna let you give me a spirit roll for this, since you don't really have a specific skill for it. Wow, and you rolled the 4. All right, so you've really distracted this guy, so he's gonna suffer a -2 now for a little while. Because he's kind of off guard. This new guy coming around asking for fuck. You can go ahead and pass the torch there. All right. The Polaris guy's next. He's still just kind of chilling out over here. All right, it's back to his turn now. He's gonna suffer -2, but he's gonna continue trying to attack Rel. Oh, he missed. All right, Wrecker, it's your turn again.
Alright, so now I'm gonna try and beat a motherfucker with I'm sorry. I'm gonna try and beat an MFer with another MFer.
All right, so if you try to pick this guy up, I'm going to tell you that you're going to need a strength check to make sure you can even pick the guy up.
Sounds good.
All right. So you were able to pick him up. And what you're going to do with him, you've kind of got him under his arm. You kind of got him picked up till he's up to about his knees, I guess.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and spin around and trip the dude with the guy's feet.
All right. What I'm going to let you do for here is give me an athletics check. Wow, you aced it.
Get wrecked!
Alright, so he's not gonna trip up, but he's gonna continue for the next round at a -2 because of the interference you've given him. So you've managed to debuff this guy yet again, so that's pretty cool. So you're helping out a lot. Which is good because it's Reltan's turn now.
Okay, so I'm going to attack him again.
Alright. Hitting this time. Let's get this over with. Oh, you weren't
Or
able to
not.
get over his toughness, so he shook that off. Even with the -2.
I'm just gonna keep him distracted, guys.
Alright, if you're done, go ahead and pass the button. Alright, Beta's turn.
Let's
Finish
do
it.
this. Seriously. No! No! Ah!
Alright, so you could spend a penny and roll that again. But you only have one penny left, so.
How do I only have one penny? I've only spent. Oh, maybe
That's a good question.
I
Why
thought
do
I
you
had.
only have one?
I've only spent one, right?
Alright, or, you spent one to.
Soak the wound. That was the only one I thought.
It could be drug it in twice, so I'll just put you in.
Yeah, looking at the log, it looks like he drug it in twice.
Oh, I did it. Alright, well, I'll use one here.
Alright. Oh, good, you're hitting. Alright, roll the damage. Oh, you aced that roll. Ah, you knocked him out. Sweet. Alright, you successfully subdued the two guards.
I'm gonna drag the one I'm holding into the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna drag the other one.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna go shut the door.
Rotan, give me a notice check. Notice roll. And also, Wrecker, you were out there too. Holy shit, okay.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the power of acing. That sometimes can kill a character too. Like when the bad guy aces like that. You never know. That's why they call it Savage World. It can be savage. Alright, both Relton and Wrecker noticed that there were several more guards walking around outside. However, they didn't notice you up here. Apparently you were stealthy enough, or they had something else better to.
Everyone knows that NPCs don't look up.
Yeah, that's right. You were several stories up anyway, like 4 stories up, so you're good to go. Yeah, you get the guys back inside. That's where you were going with them, right?
Yep.
Alright,
And definitely shut the door once we're all inside.
cool. So what's the plan now? You're not in combat anymore.
Well, what these guys got on them, I think our two big boys here was gonna put on their armor.
Yep.
Yeah, we're basically gonna pull a. Well, I guess I can't say that here, but yeah, you guys are gonna be prisoners, basically.
I think we was gonna go out the back way through the tunnels behind the refrigerator, wasn't we?
Yeah, that's what I mean. After you, that's the plan. After.
So down the trash compactor,
Right.
Wrong movie.
Yeah, shut down all the compact.
So I would like
All
to
right.
go over and try to move the fridge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go swing the fridge on its hinges away from the door, because that's how I imagine hidden things work.
Alright, something you guys need to do for me real quick. This is Polaris armor, and we know that Polaris are a lot taller and thinner than Terrans. So there's going to be some hacking to make this armor work for you. So we'll assume that you've gathered materials around the room from the beds.
Yeah, can I repair this onto them?
That's right. You can. This armor is not going to be functional as armor. However, you can put it together in a way that it'll look correct. If you want to give me a repair roll. Barely, but you succeeded in making this armor look right on your body. So this will pass as a Polaris.
Look, y'all need to hold still and quit wiggling. I'm trying to help y'all get this on.
Did we get any additional loot from the bodies, weapons, or anything?
Yes, both of these soldiers had laser rifles.
Nice.
Although they didn't have any extra ammo. One has 5 rounds in it, the other one has 3.
Sorry, the other one has what?
3.
Oh.
I'll put that on. Who wants them? I'll put it on your character.
Do they have communications gear?
Yes, in their helmets.
I'll take the 3.
I'll take the other.
God, they're like the only Polaris without extra rounds.
Hey, the players don't drop rounds. That's their X.
No, they drop. All they drop is laser rounds. The Xerax
Polaris?
drop. Yeah, the Xerax drop the food bars and the other shit, but they always drop laser rounds. Yeah.
No. The Xerax lasers, they'll drop the laser round.
Them too.
Well, these guys apparently don't carry food though, because Polaris ain't got to eat. All they eat is canned vegetables every day of the week. If you've been in one of these facilities before, it says right over there on the menu.
Alright, so.
Speaking of canned vegetables, I want to take me some food with me. I want to reach into their fridge and I want to pull out anything that ain't gonna spoil soon.
Alright, so. Alright, and Wreckers grab some food. Let's say that you have 6 rations.
Perfect.
Oh, I didn't add ration packs. What the hell?
Oh, and of course I'm gonna pick up my beer that I opened earlier and I'm gonna take it with me. Be a
Alright,
party foul if I didn't.
I'm gonna put 6 ration packs or MREs in your inventory. That'll be good. I didn't make ration packs for the game, but the game has MREs in it, so we're good. We won.
It's fine. I got my Capri Sun, my salami, my energy bars.
Well, you make it around there. Alright, so Relton and Theta are both dressed as Polaris. Correct?
Yep, and it's extremely uncomfortable.
Polaris scum.
Also, you guys are not nearly tall enough, so this is not going to pass if you get too close. This is something you know, so I'm not telling you anything new. You're much shorter than the Polaris. If you get too close to any of them, they're going to notice that you're not Polaris. Or they'll at least figure that you're too small to be in the military.
All right. Well, hopefully we ain't gonna need to worry about that. We're gonna go through these back tunnels. So where you say this tunnel lead there?
It just leads right down the back of this building. There's no one there. This is usually where we sneak in the cooler. There's a ventilator right down at the back.
And how
Just
does
stick
that there Akua berry wine show up on premises for you to smuggle in? Is there some sort of hidden vehicle out there for us?
No. This place is remote. There's no vehicle. How are you planning on leaving?
Well, that's what I'm trying to assess right now.
You guys are gonna get me killed. You don't have a plan?
Of course, we ain't got no plan. I was on my bunk sleeping. I crashed down onto this here planet, and then I got imprisoned by your boys over there, and then we started jacking. Well, let's go. Is the fridge gonna move out the way?
Yeah, you just pushed it out of the way, but how are you getting out of here? This place is overrun with Polaris. They've taken over this place ever since the battle started.
Any of them got motorcycles in their pocket?
No.
Whoa!
Uh, okay, so when we go through this fridge, we're holding you guys as prisoners, and we're gonna make our way out.
Okay, shorty, but you're not gonna pass as a Polaris guard too well.
Well, we're gonna keep our distance. I mean, make sure that we don't get too close.
What are you
He does
planning
have a
on
good point,
doing?
though. What's that terrain look like outside so that we can decide whether or not we're going to, try and run into the woods or something?
Let me give you a map. Get another one. Alright, you should be able to see. Uh, the logistics hub is right from there, south.
It's the further
Like
south.
yeah, it's south of that map, right against the mountains. So you're pretty much south of this Polaris encampment. But as you look out the windows, you can see that it's a pretty desolate place. I mean, it's a temperate world, but there's nothing around.
What time of the day is it?
It is afternoon.
Well, I
You
don't
can
think
go.
we got much choice but to try and use that there hill to try and get away from here.
You remember that that ship will be landing pretty soon. You know from studying the logs and the schedule that that landing pad just north of you is where the ship will be landing. There are no buildings between you and that uh, structure. However, you should probably expect there'll be guards around that area.
All right, so we got two choices. We can try and fade off into the wilderness and we can try and survive off the land, or we can try and hijack that there ship that I said was coming in here in a couple of minutes.
I think there's too many variables going to that landing pad. What with guards and taking over the ship itself.
I mean, I don't know if y'all know how to rough it, but I do, and I grew up in the backwoods world like this, and well, we can probably find some seaweed in their water to eat, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's get out of here.
All right, you guys are going on foot, going south, I guess.
Yep.
Correct.
All right, you're able to do that with no problem. There's no resistance at all. All the guards were north of you, and there's no one guarding that back entrance to this building. All right, so you are successfully in the wild. Let me give you a map that shows you where you are on the world. I'm going to share this because of Wrecker's access to the computer. This will be information that he knows about. Otherwise, he wouldn't know where you are. All right. Obviously, that large cluster of blue over to the right-hand side, that's where you're looking. Now you see some speckled debris. Uh, again, this is something that Wrecker would have discovered. This is possibly debris of your spaceship to the northwest. Now, you also know that because that's a Terran ship and it's debris from Terran ship, that you may be able to find supplies there, and at the very least, you may be able to deconstruct that debris and possibly construct a vessel for you on the planet.
All right, boys, we got to circle around to the south. They had this red blob somewhat to the west of them that was labeled Z-Rax or something like that. I don't know. It was red on the map. That usually means it ain't a good place to go. So I figure we could go up around. There should be a lake over there. We circle around that and we head up. We might find the wreckage where the rest of that ship came down. We might be able to find some supplies and or other survivors or something.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lead the way.
All right, so you guys are heading northwest. You're going to try to make it to the debris field.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna head like due west because we're on the south side of the Polaris area. You said so. I'm gonna try and swing down south around that lake and not through that Xerix territory.
Okay. All right. So you're going to hit that lake and then head north.
Yeah,
Okay.
along the Talon on that side, on the Talon side of that lake, we're gonna head north because I guess we could swim across the lake like we do in game, but that seems a little bit weird.
Oh yeah, you don't want to have to fight a nest of telluripods. All right. You're not gonna. It's getting late in the day, so you're not gonna make that full trip before nightfall. Let's say you make it all the way to. Let's say that that bottleneck between the lake and the Talon territory. You make it to that point before it just gets too dark. Now, you can continue to go in the dark if you like, but you know that there's a greater chance of running across the wildlife on this planet.
No, I'm gonna try and start gathering some firewood on the way as we're walking along the lake there, so I can start up a nice little campsite. Maybe find some corn dog. I mean, some plants to eat.
All right, some corn dogs.
Do you want a survival roll?
Not to say, before you start that fire, give me a survival roll. You have MRE, so you could be okay without the fire, and the planet is temperate, but
I'm gonna start putting together a little lean-to with that success.
well, yeah. You've brought out the beach towel and the slippers at this point. Yeah, that was a good roll. So you've got a pretty successful camp, so you can stay there tonight. However, give me an order of guard duty. And I'm saying that assuming that someone is going to keep watch throughout the night.
Yeah.
I'll take the first watch.
I'll take second.
Speaking of second watch there, Relton, he looks like he took a little bit of a beating. Is there any way we can try and patch him up?
Yeah, you don't really have any ways to do that, unfortunately.
Well, I was thinking that I might be able to combine some of those corn dogs and some wood fiber.
Nice try, but there's nothing there you can use for that.
Can I go into the water and get some seaweed?
Right. You know what? Okay. So the first in in Savage Worlds, you have to treat a wound within 1 hour of getting it. All right. So the first thing you guys do when you get out is look for a way to bandage that wound. So we'll assume that you made this chance just as soon as you got out that first bit of water that you got to as you
Okay.
left the base. All right. So let's see if you can make a makeshift bandage. And I'm gonna give you two rolls. I'm gonna let you give me a roll for. We don't have a crafting, so I'm gonna let you give me a repair roll to create that bandage. So go ahead and give me that. All right. Now the next thing we need to do is we need a healing roll to apply that bandage. Does anyone have healing?
I don't have healing.
Negative.
Does anyone like to try and do that?
You mean lower one of my skills to add healing?
I would think. Now, there's going to be an opportunity to get healing items in the game. However, you're not always going to have them, or in situations like this, you might not have it. So, healing will be a good skill to have if you don't.
What about faith?
Faith. Did, wow, did you just take faith? What the world is that from? Actually,
I'm
faith
a
is a
Templar
skill-
of Far. What do you mean?
Well,
I'm
that's
driven on
true.
faith. Yeah.
Faith is a skill that in a fantasy game, a cleric would use to cast their spells. And in this game, I'd say that that's not necessary. So if you want to put those
So you're not
points in
going to let
something
him lay
else,
on hands.
right?
Keep your hands off me.
Yeah, I'd say you can put those points in something else. It looks like Relton took the healing skill. He's got a D4 in there.
So what do? I remove this skill.
The faith.
Oh shit. What'd I do? I just exited the whole.
Oh, what? You just close your character sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy. Just click on your icon in the top left up there. It'll open it up again.
Okay, cool. So how do I get rid of faith?
All right, right next to skills, there's a plus minus button. You click that, and then it gives you a red button next to each thing. Yeah, you just double click it. Now you just press that plus minus button to stop editing.
I think I did it another way. I think I right clicked on it.
Oh, okay.
Did
That
this.
worked
Alright.
too. And multiple ways to do things, and yeah. So let's see. You can spend one more point.
Me?
Yeah. Okay, so you have a D6 in healing. Alright, Relton, you're 1 point over. Now, Theta took a D6 in healing, so you could get rid of healing if you want. Alright, everyone is even with their scores now, that's good. Able to create the bandage. Now, Theta, give me the healing roll. See if you can apply it to Relton. And you were successful. That's good. So that removes one wound. You only get one chance to do this, or each person gets a chance. Like Theta did it. If he was not successful, someone else could give it a shot, for example. But you only get one.
Yes.
If you had gotten a raise, then it would have healed 2 wounds. So I'll remove that wound from Rel. So he's good to go now. Now, if you're not able to remove a wound within the hour of it happening, that's okay. You lose 1 wound per day through natural healing. But if you have a lot of wounds, that's going to slow your party down with everyone having negatives to all the rolls. So it's good to keep everyone with no wound. And you guys did pretty good with that. This is a good stopping point if you want to. However, I have plenty more content if you want to keep going.
Let me see.
I'm good to go personally.
Yeah, I'm good.
Right. While we're here, at this camp, we need to talk about our character some more, and we want to talk about edges and hindrances. Going back to our library, we want to get the edges and hindrances buttons on our right hand of the screen, just like we did the skills. So if
And
you
I
look,
realized that I didn't notice electronics was also a skill, so I'm probably gonna change things around to take that.
yeah, that's what I said. Today we can change everything that we want, uh, and then next time we play, everything's locked in. Plus, we'll get to upgrade our characters at the start of the next gameplay as well. So you'll get to either add a new edge or add 2 more skill points. You get to choose one of those 2 things. All right. So if you've opened up your library and you've clicked on to show edges and hindrances boxes, they'll be available to you on the right. Let's choose hindrances first. When you click that box, it opens up a list of the hindrances that you can. Again, this might be something we'll have to look at later because they each kind of have do a little, a neat little trick for each. What this does, it gives your character a flaw. It's it's important for storytelling. If your character is godlike, then he faces no challenges. So if he overcomes something, it's not really, well, he's not really overcoming it because he's godlike. When you make a hero that has flaws and he overcomes those, it it adds more drama to the story. It just makes a better story. So that's why this game implements the hindrances built in. You pick hindrances, and then you also pick your edges, which are the opposite of hindrances. So you want to pick something that really goes with your character. For instance, they might be arrogant or greedy or heroic. Heroic, you might not think is a hindrance, but it could be. Like I talk about that character that tries to act heroic even at his own downfall, charges into battle with 3 wounds, knowing he'll probably die, but he does it anyway because that's his hindrance. Playing these hindrances earns you more bennies, so you want to get something that your character can really play with and exploit. Some of them give you more disadvantages than others, but if you play true to that character, it can be really fun.
Where do we put these, and how many do we have to do?
All right, on your character sheet, on the tabs, you want to click the main, and you'll see edges, hindrances, and abilities right there on the right. Now, what you want to have is 1 major hindrance and 2 minor. Now, some hindrances could be a major or a minor, so keep that in mind. Um, the major part of the hindrance would just be a little more severe than the minor one. So just choose a major and 2 minor. Again, you can change these later after you read up on them, and you might see something that will probably fit your character better. I'm liking some that I see you choosing already. Wrecker's hindrances that is chosen. It's very much like his character I've seen so far. It's pretty cool. Same with Data.
Is the almost unintelligible accent effectively a quirk?
Yeah, that can be one of those things that you could call a quirk. Yeah. All right. Now, another thing you can do is the edges. Click on the edges tab, and it brings up some extras for. Now, you notice in this list of edges, if you have it open, that right next to the edge is a listing of, say, novice. All your characters are novice right now. They have to level up 5 times before they become seasoned. So you can only pick a novice edge for now. There are some prerequisites too. Like, if you click on one of these, they'll tell you what the prerequisites are. For instance, if I click on Acrobat, it tells me that I'll need to have an agility of D8 and an athletics of D8 to be able to select that. So, if there's something there that looks like you want to get that, you may not be able to yet, or you may be able to edit your character so that you get it, or, check something. Again, this gets really deep into the character creation, so this may be something you want to spend more time on after the game if you like. But it's really fun. This is probably the funnest part of making the character, are the hindrances and the
How many edges do you get?
because you're human and because you have so many hindrances, you will get 3 total. That's and if you can't get everything you like, you'll be able to get more edges as you level up.
So wait, how do you determine how many edges you get? It's
Well, the technicality is you get 1. As a human, you get an extra. And if you have as many hindrances as you do and that I've required of you, you'll get an extra one for that. So it's a total of 3 edges. Now, hindrances, 1 major, 2 minors. You can add more if you want. There's no limit. But at least 1 major and 2 minors.
Alright.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, your character really has that Templar Fire look character going for it. That's really good.
Yeah, I'm kind of like what's the dude's name from Rogue One? Kind of like that. Like that's kind of how I look at it. You know what I mean? Just kind of like not really a part of the present scene. Like he's a little out of place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Time Bandit, even.
yeah, yeah. I wanted Berserk, but I don't have enough strength. Oh no, you don't need strength for that.
It's fine. You
Yeah,
can get it later. Because, like I said, you level up each time we.
yeah. Let me grab water one second.
All right. Well, welcome back. Also, after the game, I'll leave this up, and you can continue to edit your characters if you like. Yeah. Everything's persistent. Everything on your character sheet will all stay. And next time we play, everything will be right to where we left it.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks, Dragon. Hope everybody in the audience is doing good. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves.
Let me take a quick bio break, and I'll check back with you.
Yeah, Roger. This is my my first attempt at playing this. I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
I'm having fun. If you guys ever can't understand what I'm actually saying when I do the whole hillbilly roll, let me know.
No, man, you're doing good. I'm getting it.
Well, I figured you're from the South, right, X?
No, well, Southern California. But I lived in I lived in Fort Worth for a little while. Lived in Louisiana and Indiana and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I can speak hick and
if you've listened to Louisiana and you can understand it.
Yeah, my dad's from Sulphur. Louisiana. I'm mad I didn't play this as a kid, man. This would be freaking amazing. Like,
I was surprised when you said you'd never done any tabletops, though.
yeah, it's weird. I mean, there was a time when I was close to playing. There was a game forming around. It was in the Star Wars universe. But it was, it wasn't like Jedi or anything. They were doing like other stuff, and it seemed cool and everything. And I went to start, but I ended up doing something else, and I just never got around to it or whatever. But yeah, man, this is cool.
Yeah, Age of Empire. That's a good game to play as well.
Yeah, I played that.
I've run a game like that for some teenagers.
Oh, you mean? I thought you meant the actual game. Okay.
Yeah, the game.
The video game.
Oh, no, there's a D&D tabletop game.
Gotcha.
Star Wars Age of Empire.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No. Yeah. Not well. Honestly, it very well could have been that. I don't know. It was back in the '90s, though. I don't know how old.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's that old. All right, like I said, I'll leave the game up later. You can continue to.
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't know who
Player.
else.
All right, so.
Yeah, I'm good.
During the night, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to roll to see if there's any encounters throughout the night. I'm going to roll a d20. Anything over a 10, there'll be an encounter.
Come on, roll low.
Ooh,
Damn.
there's an encounter. So your happy little camp has attracted some night raptors.
God damn it. I hate raptors.
Yeah, we have laser rifles.
That's true. You do have the laser rifles, so that'll be a little bit.
Could be
And
worse.
some makeshift baton. Let me close some of my windows.
Wrecker, are you good with a laser rifle?
Nope. Look, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's great.
Right.
I was just trying to
Look,
figure out if
y'all'd still be stuck up in there if it weren't for Wrecker, so don't you be hating too bad. Plus, we got this here nice campfire and lean-to.
so. Before we set up camp, I would have checked with Wrecker to see if he wanted.
Take the pipe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, hold on. Whose watch is it that we got attacked on?
That's a good question because it will be everyone else will be asleep. I'm going to roll a d4 and whoever shift it was, 1, 2, or it aced. Let me do it again. All right, 3. Oh, the third shift.
Wrecker.
Hopefully, he's paying attention.
I actually was just taking alertness as an edge.
That's nice. I won't let you roll a notice on this time. Especially since
Sorry, I
I'm
rolled
trying
it
to find
twice.
him
The
out.
first one, though.
That's it. Here it is. Yeah, you definitely notice the raptors.
I'm gonna wake up the people that got them laser rifles. Hey, boys, we got some company.
What's going on?
Raptors. I think that's what them's is.
I hate raptors. All right, Reldon, let's flank them. Get some crossfire.
Probably flank you.
Yeah, how many raptors? That's a good point.
And I'm gonna try and study the way they shoot people.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having a technical error here. Bear with me. And that's right, and you got the Polaris guy with you too.
Oh,
Forgot about him.
I did too. we should just throw him at the raptors.
Yeah, maybe we can negotiate with the raptors to take him for food and leave us alone. Anybody speak raptor?
I don't know if you can speak to them there raptors. They don't seem very smart to me.
All right, here we go. Should have a new map.
2 raptors.
So Wrecker he moved back here and tapped in with his pipe like, hey boys, we got some company. There's rat. I don't want to get eaten.
All right, it's lowered the lights down a little bit. It's still not quite dusk, but very early morning still. All right, you say you're waking the others.
Most definitely, with the expediency.
All right, the cards are drawn. Data draws first again. Wow.
The deck is rigged.
Yeah, it is.
So are the dice with the way you're rolling, Don.
Oh, it's terrible. Only time I roll good is when I'm a DM.
All right. All right, what's Theta do? You got 3 rounds in that laser rifle that you have.
How many squares can I move before I attack?
That is your pace. On your character sheet, I believe it's 6. That's the. Yes. Now there's something you can do. You can forfeit your action and run, and that would be a d6. You would be able to run 6 plus the roll of that d6 die.
So
But you
can
do
I
have a-
can I move 6 and then attack?
Yeah, you can move 6 and attack, right?
All right. So
Or
I'm
I
gonna.
should say you can move up to 6.
So 1, 2, 3, 4,
Now
5,
that
6.
rifle has quite a bit of range on it. You know a raptor doesn't have guns, so it might be better to stay away from them, but that's up to you.
I want to get on the rock and attract them over to me, and create some crossfire here with my Relton friend over here. So I'm gonna jump up on this rock, and then I'm gonna attack the one furthest away from me.
All right, now I'm going to let you move to the rock, but your action is going to be getting up on that rock. You want to be able to attack as well. However,
Okay.
if you climb up on that rock, I'll give you a free action to try to distract the raptors.
Okay.
I will say that that rock is high enough they can't get to you either.
That they can't get to me.
No. But you're going to have to give me an athletics check to climb up that rock. All right, you make it up to the top of that rock. Anything you want to do while you're up there other than attack?
Throw my helmet at the one nearest to me.
All right, yeah. And that's kind of an attack, but I'll let it go. So I'm going to roll a notice on that raptor. And then there's raptor 3. Oh, he notices it. He's all about you right now. Alright, pass the, when you're done. Oh, it's Raptor 4's turn. He was not distracted yet. And he's going after the closest thing he sees, and that's
Bring it.
Let's see, their pace is they're fast. Didn't need that much to get up to Relton. And it's going to bite. And he hits him. Wow, you were able to shrug off the bite from a raptor.
It's pretty hardcore, sir.
Yeah. His teeth lodged right into one of the bracers in your suit or something and wasn't able to get to a good part. Wrecker, you're up next.
All right, I think I'm supposed to have a club in my inventory.
Yeah, I gave him my light club.
Alright, let me transfer that for you. What the?
So-
Well, let me drag it across to the other one.
So Wrecker, while I'm holding its mouth with my arm, hit him in the head.
That sounds about right, yeah.
I was gonna aim for the nuts.
That works as well.
Alright, Wrecker, you have a club now. Go to your combat tab. And should show there.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you're not very good with a club. Yeah, you misses.
Did I not get the bonus +2 for flanking?
Alright, let me see the map here.
Right?
Oh, that's correct. You should get a gang up bonus. Because you're... Let's see why that didn't happen. Might be on my end. Just 1 second.
Just grab him by the tail.
Maybe it's confused about the size of this raptor. You've only got a +1. But that's still not...
I'd only get a +1. I thought it was a +2 last time. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It should just be 1 because of the extra person. I think part of the other bonuses from the last time was because someone rolled a joker. So that
All right.
confused
Well,
things.
let's go ahead and try it. Let's try it one more time with gusto.
Alright, so you're using a Benny on that. Well, that's good. You got plenty to spare. Alright, you're not attacking the raptor. That's why it's not adding it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How do I attack the raptor?
Alright, so there's 2 ways you can do it. You could drag the attack onto the raptor on the map, or that's your character. Or you could control click the raptor, and that will draw like a little arrow, and that'll select him. Alright, yeah, I'm showing you how him selected. Now double click your attack roll for your light club, which is the 4 thing there. All right. Yeah, see what it did? It
Nice.
added the gain up bonus,
Nice.
and they give you a total of 8. And that hits his parry of 5, so you did hit him. All right. Now you can double click on the damage roll over there. Perfect. And you've shaken the raptor. Good job. Now, Wrecker has
And
taken
now,
his
now he's
metal
howling because I
paw.
gave him a love tap.
Well, you give him a love tap enough that you stunned this raptor, which is good. Now he's
I
not
mean, I think
attacking.
taking a pipe to the nuts would shake pretty much anyone.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you aimed for the nuts, eh? Right on. All right, so if you're done, just press the next. Okay, Raptor 3. He is on Theta. Fortunately, he has distracted him, and he is not going to attack Wrecker right now. The Raptor is going to use his Predator mind and try to find another way up on that rock. He's gonna skirt around to the back of this rock and see if he can get to Theta. Testing defenses, so to speak. Alright, it's Relton's turn.
Okay, are there any penalties for using a ranged weapon within melee?
Yes.
Or could you just rifle butt him?
Yeah, he probably could do that. Although I will make a risk to damage the weapon. Now, you can use single-handed weapons in melee, and you will take a slight discount by doing that, like pistols. But a rifle, a two-handed weapon, you cannot use at all in melee range. You will need to step away.
Okay, and he's shaken, so he won't get an attack of opportunity, correct?
That is exactly right. Now that he's shaken, is the best time to step away. So you can move your full movement and attack. And for the sake of combat, pick a square and stick to that.
There we go. Had to zoom in.
Alright, there you go.
And a miss.
What's your shoot?
6.
Oh, it's a 6. That's not too bad. Just bad roll.
Yeah, I'm just rolling crap.
Right. Hey, get him out of the way early, right? Alright. Anything else you want to do?
I'm gonna move back up so that way Wrecker gets the gang up bonus.
Okay, cool, cool.
Is the Polaris doing anything?
It is his turn now, and he is hiding. Let's say there's a tent here, he's hiding behind the tent.
You get over here and fight these things, or you're gonna have to fight us next.
We rolled again. And the raptor behind Theta is up this time. He can't find a way up this rock, so he's attempting to jump.
They can jump now, boys!
He was able to jump up high enough for you, but let's see if he was able to attack you. I'm just gonna do a fighting roll for him. Oh my god.
I don't
That's
like
a
how
lot of
many
dice.
times I saw the dice roll.
Did you see all those aces?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 4 or 5 rolls.
With that kind of roll, I'm gonna let him get an attack. So I'm gonna make the bite attack roll on Excom. Theta, sorry.
Low damage, low damage.
Alright, he does make a bite. With 9 damage. Oh shit, and I didn't even have him target.
I
So 5
flippin' hate raptors.
so since I rolled that again, he missed. Let's see, your parry was a 6. He would have missed last time anyway. Just as I'm clear about that, the target number is always a 4, unless it's a melee attack. The melee attack is always against the parry. Okay? Any other time, the target number is 4. But when it's a melee attack, it's against the opponent's parry. Theta has a parry of 6, so the raptor did miss both times.
Nice.
Alright. The raptor next to Relton and Wrecker was able to shake off his shaken status. And he's turning to the last target he knew about. Was Fortunately, it's only one raise. You don't get multiple raises, and that's so he's probably going to do some bad damage to Relton now. Let's see if he can shrug it off.
Too many dice. Too many dice.
Oh, jeez.
Never fall in love with your first character.
Oh my god, we'll never fall in love with any character in Savage Worlds, because this is what can happen.
It looks like, Don, you're going to be playing a Polaris coward?
Yep.
Alright, so we have a terrible, terrible situation that we are going to be in incapacitation rules. You have one member that is down now. He has no pennies, so he can't soak this damage.
We can't
Relton?
use bennies for other people, right?
No. I mean, some DMs allow the sharing of it, but it's kind of not the point of earning a penny if you're just going to earn it for other people. So, technically, no, you can't.
Now, how does Nerves of Steel affect that?
That's a good question. Let me just look at that.
It says I ignore 1 point of wound penalties.
Oh, okay. Well, when you roll your incapacitation rolls, I'll let you do.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
that
I
does
have
is-
healer edge and healing.
Yeah, this you guys need to dispatch these raptors very quickly so you can take care of Relton. Because when it's his turn next, he's going to have to make a incapacitation roll. Now, we'll get to that when it's his turn, but that could be bad for Relton.
Death saving throws. Bring it.
What's that?
I said death saving throws.
All right, right, yeah, the Savage World's equivalent of the death saving roll. They're not as forgiving as the. So let's move on to the next person. That's Wrecker.
Well, I don't think I have any choice except to try and smack this thing.
I agree. Well, you hit him, so that's good. Roll your damage. All right. Well, at least he's shaking.
I'm gonna move away then.
Okay, since he's shaken, you can move away without getting attacked. And you can move your 6 paces.
Can I step over Relkin?
Yes, you can always move through other players.
Can raptors swim?
Let's see. Yes, they have a very good swim speed.
That's not good. Alright, I'm gonna come up here with this coward and tell him, we need your help!
Right, what's he gonna do?
Hey, that's my new character. Leave me out of it.
Alright, so that's if your turn's over, Wrecker, pass the buck and we'll go to. Alright, let's do this really slowly so we don't do it wrong. It's been a long time since I've done this. Let me make sure I get the death saving thing right. I think. Alright, so you're going to roll a vigor roll. Now, this is a very important roll. You do not want to roll a 1. If you roll anything but the 1, you're okay for a while. But if you roll a 1, you die.
Okay, bring on the one. It's gonna happen.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, sweet. Woo!
Ah, look at that. One of your points were ignored by Nerves of Steel, so it's only a -2 instead of a -3. The -3 would have gave you a 1.
Yep, glad I took that.
Yeah, so if you hadn't taken that edge, you would be dead now. Alright. Now, this wasn't a 4, so that means you failed, but you didn't fail so badly that you died. Now,
Okay.
you're going to have a permanent injury, and so we'll have to let you roll on the injury table. Let me find that right quick, and I'll let you roll.
Every turn, is he gonna get a permanent injury if he doesn't succeed?
No, just this one roll is all we need to worry about. Now, he's still incapacitated, and you guys will need to get him up, but he's not dead.
It's just delaying the inevitable.
Well, I mean, you'll get better as soon as you level up and you get some armor. You'll be quite the tank.
If, not when.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, it's the way the dice roll sometimes.
Now, why do I have a -2 on my attack?
Good question. I'll look at that in a moment. Why can't I find this? Oh, I found it. Thank God. All right. I shared the injury table. Now, Relton, if you see this, there's a roll button, and the top left corner of this injury table, if you click that, that'll roll the injury table for you.
I'm not seeing that.
Alright, a small box that says injury on it should have popped up for you. You're not seeing that?
I got it now. I just had to go to the tables. Okay, so roll.
Alright, let's see. You get an injury. Strength is reduced by a die type.
Ugh. Back to a D4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you could have lost a leg or something.
Oh yeah. There was what was it? 2 and a 2 was the unmentionable wound.
Right. I like rolling this table. This is always fun. Well, I mean, for me. Alright, let's see. Okay. There's nothing else you can do at the moment because you're incapacitated. You're going to rely on your friends right now.
Yeah. Do you want me to reduce the strength on my?
Yeah, just go ahead and make that change for it. Alright, Paralaris is not doing anything still.
Damn it! I told him to fight.
I know that guy's a jerk, isn't he? Alright, it's the Theta's turn.
So why do I have a -2 on my my attack?
Okay, let's see. Alright, on your combat. Okay. Oh, the laser rifle. Alright. This is something you may want to address in your skills because shooting is a skill.
Mm.
And you can do anything in this game unskilled, but it happens with a d4 and it's a -2. So, in other words, the only way you'll ever succeed at something unskilled is if your wild die rolls a 4 or higher. Or you could ace your main. I mean, it's
So
still a possibility.
okay, so within just a general question, within
Yeah.
us playing Empyrion, I mean, all of the weapons are shooting, no? I mean, I know we're using a club and stuff, but
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd say if you want to play Empyrion, it's gonna be really good for you to pick the shooting skill.
okay. I just would have thought that would have been a basic. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Yeah, I got you. Well, you could be someone like Wrecker, who is not a combatant at all, and that would have been a waste of skill for him.
Okay. So what you're saying is me using a laser rifle right now doesn't really make sense? Or there's still a chance that I could.
Well, yeah, there's two things. See, using the laser rifle does keep you out of melee range of this raptor, so it does keep you safe, even though that your chances of hitting him are low. It is still a safe attack. If you got into melee range, then you of course will suffer a counterattack from the raptor while you're in that range. Now, I would suspect that you would definitely want to have the shooting skills. That's something you want to consider.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, like I said, you'll get 2 skill points every time we level up. So every time we play, you'll get to spend 2 more points. So whatever you were holding out for, like maybe you wanted more stealth, for example, don't worry, you'll get it. It's just we level up quickly when you play this game.
Okay, so what are you saying? I could add shooting now, or I need to wait?
Yeah. I said you can edit your skills as much as you like during this game. Let's say after this game we lock, because see, this is part of the learning of it. Feels like, well, your character is definitely going to want to shoot a rifle in Empyrion, right? So that's a skill that you want to have. You didn't know that before, but now you do.
So then, what's fighting?
make a change.
What is fighting?
Fighting is the melee part. Yeah, yeah, that's the hand to hand or melee type fighting. Fighting also gives you your parry, because your parry will be 2 plus half your fighting. So in this case, it makes you harder to hit, for example, in melee. Ranged attack will always be a 4 to hit you, so your parry won't matter in ranged attack. Dodge would be a good feat or a good edge to get to help protect you against ranged attack. But like I said, we're just building the character as we play because I don't want to bore people to death with the technicalities of the game. We just play and have a good time. But I would be happy to sit down with anyone and flesh out their character for them one on one.
Nice. Is this the correct amount, or do I have more points left?
Let's see. You can spend 3 more points. All right, you're good. Very nice. So you have a shooting of D8. That's good.
All right, so I'm gonna. Where's the map? There, yeah. So I'm gonna attack the Raptor 4 with my laser rifle.
Oh, okay, the one that's on Relton. All right, very good. Yeah, because he's the one that's threat. Plus, he's already shaken, so you don't have to re-shaken him. Any damage you do to him will be a kill. So your first wound that you do to something is shaken. If you damage it again, it's a wound. So it's always good to attack something that's already shaken, so because it's a good chance to take it out of the fight.
Okay. That's all roll here.
Alright, you hit with a raise. That means you'll do extra damage to it when you do your damage. Oh, you're attacking the 3.
I'm what?
You attack the Raptor 3, the one that's beside you, but that's fine. I will apply it to Raptor 4. That's the one you intended to attack.
Oh, weird. The thing's pointed at him.
Oh, yeah, you got both of them selected.
Oh.
So it just applied it to the first one. That's fine. I got it.
Hang in there, Relton. We'll get you.
If I wasn't bleeding out and unconscious, I'd say thank you.
Right.
If I had healing, I'd come and try to stabilize you or whatever it is in this game. I mean, I'll still come try. It's just an outside chance.
Yeah, anyone can do anything unskilled. Just remember that. And a rare chance, you may actually succeed if the dice are in your favor. So, Feta, you can pass that on to the next.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, Polaris is up again. He is still powering. Of absolutely no use. Alright, this Raptor behind Theta, he's going to attempt to jump again, see if he can manage. He does manage to jump. Let's see if he can attack while he's jumping. He misses. Yet again. Alright. Rilton is asleep right now. He's taking it. So back to Theta.
Alright. We're gonna I could shoot him with the rifle, right?
Yep.
Alright, let's do it. Yeah.
Oh, you miss. You do have a Benny.
Yeah, let's see.
Remember, at the start of the next game, you'll get 3. So it's always good to use them up.
Yeah, use it.
Oh, nice. You hit that time. Roll this beautiful damage. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's terrible. Oh, you got 1 shot left in that thing. That was 2 shots.
What do? I could shoot again?
Okay. You can. But you will take a -2 to additional actions past the first one. So you can attack him again, but you'll have to put in your modifier box in the bottom left-hand corner -2.
Okay.
Now, if you wait till the next round, you'll get that last shot that you have, without the penalty. So you have to keep that in mind also.
Yeah, just wait.
Alright. So if you're done, then pass it on. Alright, Director.
Well, I'm gonna go try and save somebody's life.
Right.
Well, there we go.
Alright, so you were able to recover, but you don't have a bandage. Let me make me a bandage first. Let's see if you have a bandage you can.
Sure.
Give me that repair roll. Nice. Alright, so you were able to recover one of the wounds from Reltron, and he is now conscious. He only has 1 wound removed. The only other person that can help him at this point will be either himself or Theta can also try to remove a wound from him.
I could do that from where I am, or I have to go to.
No, you'd have to get a bandage from Wrecker and then attempt to heal him. But this will be something you can do after combat. Right now, you want to deal with the Raptor, the danger at hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you anything else you want to do, Wrecker, if not, you can pass it on.
Does he get to act now because he had a turn, or no?
No, only because his turn was wasted because he was incapacitated at that.
Yeah, I was taking a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he gets to go first now anyways.
He was dreaming about the Raptor. Alright, Relton, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to roll over into a sitting position with the laser rifle, take steady aim at Raptor 3, and try and shoot.
Alright.
You're gonna need to change your wounds because it still shows you as incapacitated and gives you the wound penalty right now.
Alright, let me take off incapacitated. He still has the 3 wounds, though. And,
Yep, but I only attack with a -2 because of the nerves
that's
of
right,
steel.
because of the nerves of steel, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Holy crap, I actually...
Nice.
Back from the dead.
Hell yeah. In a clutch. Look at that.
Call me Lazarus, bringing the master back to life.
Yeah,
Not
this is
only
my
did you-
vengeful major hindrance. I am pissed at these
Nice.
raptors.
Absolutely, that was awesome. Not only did you shake the raptor, you killed him twice over after.
Nice.
We're having raptor meat tonight, boys.
Yeah, that's great. So you're out to combat, and you have some wounds to take care of.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make my way over to Reltner.
Now, I'm serious about this. Do we have any means of like chopping these things up for food? I want to eat one of these bad.
I was just getting to that.
It tried to eat me. I want to eat it.
Nope.
Well, with a successful survival skill, you could break off one of these rocks into a sharpened up edge to chop off a leg quarter or something. I would give you.
You know what? No, I really, really want to have raptor.
Nope.
Man, that was a fantastic recovery.
Nice.
Comes back from the dead and blows this raptor.
Yeah,
up.
that was epic, man. That was so good.
Vengeance is best served roasted on an open fire.
Right.
Alright, so how do I heal him up? I can get a bandage
Alright.
from a wrecker.
Yeah, let's he's on that. All right, got you a bandage, and let's give me a healing roll then.
Ugh.
All right, roll a 5. So we'll take one more wound off of. Now he's only down to 2.
Is there any way to ever heal those permanent injuries?
Yes, yes. Over time, every 24 hours, he'll heal another one.
That's some Wolverine type healing factor right there.
Well, I mean, you think so, but having those minuses every time you try to do something is a real pain in the ass. So it's good to get rid of the wounds as soon as possible. And you guys have taken 2 of them off. Well, brought them back from the dead and then taken 1 wound off. He has a chance he can try to heal himself.
Okay, I am completely unskilled in this, so unskilled
Maybe
roll.
the
Here we
dice
go.
will help you like last time. Nope. not
No,
this time.
I am nope.
All right. Well, you still have 2 wounds until you recover from that.
They're trying to bandage my leg, and I wind up wrapping it around my face.
You got your toe hung in it.
Well, we got some raptor steaks at least.
Yeah. Oh, the player's guy comes out and says, "Are they gone?"
They ain't gone, they're dead. Coward. Yellow bellied slug.
You killed 2 raptors? That's amazing. Hey, what's wrong with that guy? As he points
He
to
got
raptors.
attacked by raptors, you dumbass.
Damn thing chewed on me.
I'm trying to understand what the hell you're good for.
Whoa. Well, I mean, I hope to get out of the Polaris encampment.
Yeah, we out the Polaris encampment. You showed us where the damn tunnel is. Now you ain't carrying your weight. We get jumped by raptors and you go huddle behind a tent like a freaking yellow bellied slug.
Well, I'm not a fighter.
I ain't no fighter neither. But
Oh,
when raptors is attacking you, you gotta fight back or you's gonna get eaten.
well, I was afraid that if they ate me, they'd just get bloodlust and want more. I was doing you a favor.
You're a freaking dumbass.
That he is. Look, I don't have anything to live for anymore. I was a fugitive, and now I'm a double fugitive with I don't know spies. terrorist, whatever you are, I'll never be accepted back into the Polaris. I just need to get off this world.
Well, you need to
Well,
pull your weight.
if you ain't gonna carry your weight, you ain't gonna get off this world with us. You're gonna get on with yourself. Go get eaten by raptors by your own damn self.
Well, fine. And so he starts picking up some of the items around. I'll carry my weight. The pun is not lost on the Polaris.
Well, if you're not gonna fight, you're gonna do everything else.
Okay, I can do that. What do you want me to do?
You could start by cooking these raptor steaks. I like mine medium rare.
I'm already frying them up. Like, I already rigged a little, like, crosshatch of wood, and I'm, like, frying steaks up over an open
Okay.
fire.
Alright, so you know what? I'm gonna let him try to cook this. Let's see what we get.
You burn it, I'm gonna burn you.
We're gonna let him start with just one of the steaks. I ain't gonna let him ruin all the meat at once.
Oh, he made you a nice steak, medium well.
There you go.
There you go, raptor steaks. Nice.
All right, what's your name, Polaris?
Cecil.
Cecil. I'm sure I'll forget that.
Sees all the thief. Anybody tell you you might be a little aptly named?
Well, look, I got probably some good news for you. From what I heard from Commander Charles, that you guys, no one knew that you were there. You were being held there secretly, and blah blah blah, something about meeting the Admiral. I guess within a week or so. I don't know how long he was planning on keeping you there, but the Admiral wouldn't be here for another week. So, you're not public enemy number one as of right now, but you probably are with the military. So I'd stay clear of them. Now, does that count for anything?
About as much as it weighs.
Fine, I'll carry it.
How's his name spelled?
Uh, well, like all Polaris, let's start with a Z. Ixel. Yeah, that sounds right. Zixel. Alright, you guys have a little Polaris manservant. Apparently, he's a fairly decent cook or learning to be one. Gave you guys some inside information about your wanted status or not wanted status. At least you know you can go around to Polaris and you'll be treated as normal Terrans, it seems like. You get around the military, you'll probably be. You'll probably have some trouble. Let's say that. You know that your debris field is within walking distance north of you now, because it is morning, and you're full of raptor steak.
I think we gonna wander right on up towards them salvages. I'm not quite sure what to do because I forgot to bring my pocket 3D printer, guys.
Well, this is debris from your ship, most likely. You don't know that for sure, but you suspect so from seeing the information that you saw on the computer terminal. So is that what we're doing? We're heading north?
Yep.
Yep.
When would be a good time to stop? Because it is pretty late for me. It's like 12:30.
Okay, anytime's
Fair enough.
a good time.
I mean, we could go a little bit longer, but not too much longer. So I mean, if if there's not another good place to stop within the next, I don't know, half hour or so.
Okay. I think as we get to our next location, that would be a good place to stop because, well, all right. As you can see here, is a small image of part of your wreckage.
Do we see any cargo boxes?
Yes, there's a few cargo boxes there, and you can loot them. Actually, there's just one, and I'll show you the contents of that box. I have a map for you. Let me share that also. Well, let me put a grid on it first. How about that?
I also forgot to ask, but I did say that I was going to be studying them shoot people. Can I make that smarts roll?
you you gonna be doing what now? Studying that what?
The jack of all trades. I was that's why I was saying I was going to be paying attention to how they shoot things.
Oh, you want the jack of all trades? Got you. Uh, yeah, it just needs the smarts of D10. You got that right.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Well, there we go. Now I'm not unskilled at shooting people.
Nice.
All right. Shared them out. Oh, hope that wasn't too big.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. All right. So here you are at the wreckage. This is definitely part of your ship. You have seen serial numbers on some of the devices, and you know this is definitely Terran. It's definitely part of the ship that you were taking passage on, and that's not the good sign for your ship. However, you did witness its destruction before entering the atmosphere. You do remember that much. I'm going to introduce you to something else called the party sheet. It's in the top right corner of the small icons, and it's the one that looks like two dudes standing next to each other. If you click on that, it'll pull up the party sheet.
Oh, nice. There's some stuff in here.
Yeah, so you click the inventory tab, and that is your party's inventory. That's a shared inventory between you all. That is currently what is in one of the storage boxes here in this debris. So this should kit you guys out with a few nice things. You can drag this, dragging the eye icon of these things into your inventory, or your own inventory back into this box. So you can decide who gets what. There's some things like the backpack and the bedroll. There's three of each, so obviously just grab one of each. When you grab something, it only takes one of those items, though.
So it's not letting me drag the MRE into the pot.
Oh, it's not letting you put the MRE into the.
No, it's not letting me put it
Party?
into the party sheet.
Hmm. Oh, let's see if I can do it. Yeah. Okay. You dragging the eye, right? Not the number?
Oh no, I didn't know I had to drag the eye. I was dragging from the.
Oh, yeah, you have to drag the eye. Not... with the raptors, let's make that, and not 6, but let's make it 10. There are 10 MREs in that party inventory. There is also, notably, 1 light arm.
And an upgrade for it.
Yeah, there's shotgun.
Relton, you want to take the scattergun? Since I got
Sure.
higher, I'll take the projectile pistol. Well, I guess there's 2, right? But Rekka, you should probably take the projectile as well.
I want to take one of them there pistols if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, 52 rounds of ammo. You can divide those up how you like.
So how do you do that? How do you divide it?
Just drag it to the one of them in your inventory, and then just enter the amount that you want. So I guess you do 26 each, and I'll remove it from the.
So now it's not letting me drag it from the eye in the party sheet to my. Oh, I have to drag it to the weapons tab. Got it.
Right.
The ammo
Yeah.
goes to the weapons tab? Because that's not working. Maybe it's Monday.
Yeah, unless it's
It's Monday.
what the ammo? Yeah, the ammo will go in Monday. Only weapons go in weapon. Armor goes in armor. Everything else go in Monday. You don't have to keep dragging. If you just want to click in your inventory and enter the amount there, that'll save you some time. Just like enter 26.
I was just gonna take like 15 and leave it for the fighters to take the.
Okay, gotcha. Also, notably, there is a multi-tool. Someone with a proper skill could take this debris apart and, say, fashion it into a hover.
Yeah, I was thinking about that with that survival constructor and the multi tool.
Yeah.
I figured I was gonna grab those, and probably the survival knife since I'm also the survival.
Relton, you want to grab the light armor since you're going to be the closer combat?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Good.
You like telling people to get on the ground. You want to take them their handcuffs.
That has
Oh,
sound, yeah.
so you guys raid some Zerax. There'll be lots of loot.
I'm gonna take that backpack.
And a few other utility items. Oh, and look at that. Grenades.
That survival constructor's heavy.
It is heavy.
I'll take the
Alright, now-
grenades.
Here's the thing about. Wait. you can only carry so much, and that's based on your strength. So the stronger people can carry more, obviously. Only we're only going to worry about those things that are equipped, your weapons and your armor. Everything else, you're not going to be carrying a duffel bag full of flashlights and MREs while you're battling. So that encumbrance isn't going to count for us. So just make sure you're not carrying these items. Just make sure your weapons and armor is equipped, and all other items just set it to not carry. You just click that icon until it cycles out as not carried. And that way it
Does
won't
the
affect your
backpack do something for you as far as encumbrance,
Yep,
or?
backpack is yeah, it's just going to allow you to put all these items into.
But I mean, should I make it carried or
No,
equipped?
just keep it off. Yeah, the way I look at it is just a sack of carry with you with your items. As soon as you get into battle, you're gonna drop that thing. You're not gonna carry. So it.
I'm not sure I'm gonna drop the soap though.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right, boys, I know exactly what we're gonna have Mr. Cecil over here do for us. I see a drill here. Don't nobody else want to be mining?
Oh, all right, all right. What do you need?
I'm gonna need you to go, and I'm gonna need you to start pulling up some. Well, we're gonna need some stone, but mostly we're gonna need some of them basic elements.
So, how do you work this thing? I've never mined before.
Well, you're gonna have to learn quick. Ain't none of us know how to mine, I don't think.
Well, I did just learn how to cook. I guess I could give it a shot. All right, so it's going to head over to some rocks and see what it can do.
I want to take a look at that bug microtransmitter too, real close. Make sure that nobody is spying on me. I don't need them aliens spying on me.
All right, this bug, it's definitely not alien of origin. This is Terran technology, and you're very familiar. It's a simple listening device with a transmitter, and you have a receiver. You can receive it to your handheld. That should have been one of those in there. Did you get a handheld computer? Handheld PDA?
I didn't see one in there.
Yeah, that for you, because you should have that.
I do see a portable medical device for anybody with the medical skill or healing
That
skill.
is going to be
Oh
good for
yeah,
you.
I'll take that.
I could use some attention.
Yeah. Portable medical.
Unfortunately, you only get one try at a wound.
Right, so it's
Ah,
it's a med
everybody.
kit that will pass
Yeah,
around.
Everyone is already given it a shot.
Yep. So how do I do the shotgun ammo? So I don't have to keep dragging it over one by.
Uh, you can change the amount. Change it to whatever, and then I'll remove.
Okay, so I got it to 18 under the mundane tab.
Yep. Alright, sorry, let me get you that portable handheld device. Or portable PDA. You can use that for a lot of interfacing with computers, and you could use it for listening into this bug, or microtransmitter. There it is in the sheet.
All right, so I'm gonna take the electronics gears because I think that's kind of my job in this party. And reading the electronics or repair. No, repair handles demolitions too. Apparently,
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. I mean, I thought about just making a separate skill, but that's just more skill points you guys got to spend. So we'll just keep it repair as well. I would also allow electronics to be used for that as well.
Fair enough. I was reading the description for repair and it said that, and I thought that
Okay.
was interesting.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was hoping to be something like a. They recently redid this game and they consolidated a few of the skills, which is good in a way because that means less points you have to spend. So that's good. So we'll just consolidate that into repair. Your zero buddy or Polaris buddy. Sorry, wow, getting ahead of myself. he, he was not very successful with the drill. However, that's
Well, the
fine.
good news is I can repair that.
Okay, so which is fine because with the amount of material that you have in this debris, because it's not just this one. There were several spots of debris in the area, and you have more than enough to make you a hoverback, so you guys can get around a little better.
So while we're here, I just want to look and see if there's two things in the wreckage because we didn't get our gear before we left. My signature weapon is basically a single-handed warhammer made out of a big chunk of steel on a pipe, and I had a shield that was made out of like a hull. I was going
Oh
to see
wow!
if anybody could like field craft that for me.
Yeah, I think Wrecker's gonna be your man, so just RP that with him.
So I take a couple of minutes and I describe basically the weight, the balance, and everything for what I'm.
All right. When I take a break from making this here hovercraft,
Look
Yep.
what you made.
apparently I'm like Jay
A box
Randall on
cutter.
steroids.
Oh, box. Yeah.
You
Nice.
crafted a box cutter, guys.
Nice.
I can't even see it. How do I scroll my map to where I can see stuff?
Our middle click drag.
So
Nice.
who else has the driving skill?
Not I.
Driving or piloting, either one.
Okay, because I've got a D4 in both driving and pilot.
You're the pilot, sir.
All right,
Dang
so
it!
normal getting around everywhere is going to be okay. Only when we need to do some fancy tricks like jump a lake or
Barrel
thing.
rolls off a mountain.
Yeah, barrels. Yeah, then we'll have to do a piloting roll and see how that works out. So, guys, now you have a mobile base.
All right. So you need me to strap a cinder block onto the end of a pipe for you so you can beat people with it? Is that what I'm getting from this convo?
Steel block. Like a chunk of a steel block. Basically, think of like the broken steel block, the chunk that would be missing out of it. I want that mounted onto a.
All right. So you want. Okay. I think.
Probably
Whatever.
about 3.5 to 5 pounds. So it's single hand.
I think I crafted exactly what you described.
And then for the shield, it's basically a not really like a shield shape. It's kind of like a jagged hull section, thin section,
So
with
you
a
want me to
bar
put
that's
a
bent
handle
across
on
to
a metal
hold on.
plate?
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
All right. So a 19 with that. So you got yourself a hammer and a shield, I think.
All right, and I'll just wait for that to be added because like I don't know what the damage would be for a makeshift.
Oh, all right. Let me look at it.
I'm gonna put that billy club back.
The first one was for the hammer, the second one was for the shield.
Alright, we could give you. You could do a maul. It's a two-handed though.
Yeah,
So
I
you won't be
was
able to use your
I was looking for the warhammer.
Okay. I was gonna say either that or the Warhammer will give you a +1 on armor penetration, which would be nice,
Yep.
but it's only one.
That's what I wanted. I
All
want
right,
to
cool.
crack skull.
Alright, so you have access to that. So go ahead and just put it on your sheet.
Where is that at? Oh, items.
If you don't, I can do it. But you seem to already know your way around this
Yep.
pretty well.
Just gotta fight.
Let me know when you're ready for my
A
signature.
Small shield or a medium
Oh.
shield?
Well, at this point, you're going to be having to consider your weight.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you encumber yourself, encumbered is -2 to your pace. So you're going to be severely limiting your maneuverability in combat.
And since I brought in a box cutter, you got an armor locker to put that armor on.
That's right, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that brings my pace down to 4.
Yeah, so decide on what you want there, and we'll move to Theta. What's your signature weapon?
Basically a Wazakashi.
What was it?
A Wazakashi blade. It's basically a one-handed sword. It's about the size of a machete. It's the smaller, it's a smaller Japanese sword that goes with the katana.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So it's better for close quarters melee.
So not as short as the Tonto.
No.
Yeah, it's the Wakasashi. It's between the size of a katana and a tanto.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I know what's affecting my my pace right now. It's the minus to the strength.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I guess I'm sword forging now. You know what? I still got a Benny.
What do you think your target number is? It's 4.
I know. I'm trying to do it with the raid.
Ah, alright. Just for a personal touch.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm not much of a swordsmith. We'll have to try again later when I got a good fabricator setup.
Alright, let's see if we can find this thing.
Yeah, I mean basically like a one-handed sword, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much can't wear the armor until I get my wound recovered.
Okay.
Because my strength's down to a D4, so I'm going to be at a -2 to pace. I can still wear the shield.
Maybe you can find a mobility pack that'll add a +1 to pace.
Where are you seeing those stats?
If you go to your traits, it'll show the derived stats, the paces in that second
Oh,
window
let's
down.
see. Yeah. I'm still okay then. 6. Why is my toughness 5 and then I've got like this little thing next to the sun?
Well, your toughness is kind of like your armor, so to speak. It's how well you shrug off the damage that's being dealt to you.
Gotcha.
5 is pretty good for just being naked. As you add armor and stuff to that, And of course, parry. You know what parry means, and that's just how you avoid the damage altogether.
So you said something about when we advance, we'll be able to choose traits or I'm sorry, is it attributes or skills?
Yeah, that's right. So when you level up, and that'll be at the beginning of our next gameplay, you'll get to choose either a new edge or two new skill points or one attribute point. So in other words, Relton could use that opportunity to bring his strength back up to D6.
Two?
Yeah, so
No,
it would.
no. Unfortunately, he failed that uh, roll for his incapacitation.
So that's permanent now.
Yeah, so that wound is permanent. If he had passed it, that injury would be temporary until he healed his wounds. But at least he didn't die.
There is that.
Right. So just as soon as he levels up, he'll be back to what he was. That is, if he wants to do that, he could spend those points somewhere else if he wanted. He could get a new edge or more skill points, but you can choose one of those options, one of those three options. Now, raising your attribute points, you can only do that once for every 5 levels that you level. So you can't just keep doing that. You'll have to, you only get to do that once per rank. And your rank currently is novice. After 5 level ups, your rank will be seasoned, and etc. That makes sense? And I guess at any point now, we could say we're done for tonight. So if anyone wants to stay afterwards and work on the character, I can give you advice on what you might want to pick or anything like.
Well, let's end the stream here. So yeah, that was the that was the first session of our Empyrion D&D, and I gotta say that was a lot of freaking fun. That was really cool, man. Special thanks to Zovya for all the hard work. Definitely, I mean the maps. Really well thought out. A lot of fun. I don't have any experience in this, but this was awesome. The way you explained everything, the way you took us through it flowed really well. So I really enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
we did have one of those great moments for the rise of the phoenix there.
Yeah, no, definitely that was epic. Relton there with the with the save in the clutch there, taking care of that hopping wrap there. That was cool.
Yeah, it's always nice to just let the dice fall where they roll, so to speak, and just kind of
Mm.
go with it. And that was one of those moments where really.
Yeah, I think we took some cool chances and did some different things, and I think it paid off more or less. I mean, I had a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys. I think
Yeah,
Allarion
we
was
didn't
having a
wind up in the
blast.
scrambulator, so it was good.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I mean, so as far as this is a stream, I mean, I'm down to do this, same day every week, or I don't know how often you guys want to do this, but I'm down to do it at least, every Thursday night, or if this is a solid time for you guys to do it. It seemed like there was a little bit of a shuffling to get us all in the right time.
Yeah, this is a good time for me, and once a week is pretty typical for these types of gameplays.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing everything pretty typical for this type of game. Also, there were other escape pods from that ship, so we could find more people down the road if we need, or we come across them. So if we have other people who want to play, we could run across them, so to speak.
Yeah, no, definitely. We do have a channel in the Discord, so if anybody is, I know Schooner was asking to get involved. So anybody else that's interested, just just vocalize that in the chat there, and we can absorb you into the storyline and get some more people going, because this is great. I mean, I think it streams well. Probably could have. Well, I don't know how you would exactly interact with the chat, more or less, but
Yeah, that's all on you, I guess.
yeah. So I'd kind of have to do that a little more. So I was trying to, but I was pretty invested in listening to everything and understanding it. But
I would say that we limit the amount of people that play to about 6, though.
okay,
Any more than that, it kind of gets everyone kind of gets drowned out. It's hard to get
yeah.
anything done. So I'd say have some more people, but max of 6. But people always come and go, or someone can't make it. You can always have fill-ins. So there should be plenty of opportunities for other people to play.
Definitely. So I'll go ahead and reserve that slot for Schooner, because he did ask even before the stream and everything. So, yeah, if there's another person that wants to join up, just put it in the chat there, and we'll get you sorted out for next week for Thursday 9 p.m. Eastern. But yeah,
Just read up on Savage Worlds and know how to play the game. That would be very helpful.
definitely. So thanks again, Zovya, Don, and Allarion, and that cowardly Polaris for Zixel.
Hey, I
Yeah,
will say,
told you I
for time
forget it.
slots, this totally works for me. As long as we're getting done about this time of night.
Yeah. I mean, I think because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There was a little more, and then just everybody on the same page. So I think as we go along, these will get faster. We'll get more content in and stuff. So
Absolutely, we've got the characters built now, so everything is going to go a lot more quickly and smoothly. Savage Worlds is very quick with combat. It's not long and drawn out. As you can see, things can happen pretty quickly. People could die very quickly as well, so lots of drama.
Well, now we got the box cutter. It's pretty doubtful. It's pretty OP.
Well,
It's pretty OP.
So, firing out of the turret, is that going to be shooting as well?
wait, what?
Is firing out of the turret going to be shooting as well?
We can do that, but that gets more complicated, so we'll just take it easy for now.
I was just curious if there was a different skill I should be picking up.
No, you would use your shooting skills and piloting skills and all that sort of thing if you did any shooting with the ships or weapon.
Strange Brews is asking if there's a mage of some sort, like a techno mage within the verse.
There might be some of that, but I haven't decided what I want to do with the Talon yet. So that might get a little crazy. We'll see how that works out. I'm playing this. I make this up as I go too, just like you guys do.
Yeah.
My story is based on your characters and how you react. So we create this story together.
Well, again, I appreciate everybody. You guys have a good night there in the stream. Thank you everybody for sticking around and having some fun with us. So I will catch you guys tomorrow for our normal Friday night stream. And Spange called me earlier today and said he couldn't do the recording for the workshop this week, so we will be doing it live again. I'm always doing it live. We will be doing it live, so check that out at some point tomorrow. Just keep your ears to the Discord, and I'll give you a time, probably 5 minutes before it. So, otherwise, I will catch you guys later. Take care. And I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
Yeah, I'm good with it.